The calendar flips over to June, and what better way to kick off the month than with some baseball as the Sasquatch gets set to welcome the Casper Spuds here at home for the first time this season, the second meeting between these two teams here on this Saturday afternoon. Hello everyone and welcome to Black Hills Energy Stadium. I'm Ari Wall. Well, the Sasquatch are coming off taking 2 out of 3 from the Nebraska Prospects in a close series between the two teams. The Sasquatch got the win in Game 1 of the series in a rain-shortened victory. Then in Game 2, they fell just 1 run short of tying the game in the 9th inning. And then in Game 3 last night, they were able to pull off the 9-6 victory to take 2 out of 3 from Nebraska and improve to 3-5 on the season. Now they're going to be facing Casper, who they started the season off against. On the road in Casper, they were swept in 4 games. The Spuds have not played a game since, so they enter today 4-0. And I talked with head coach Justice Scott before today's game about some of the keys for getting a win in this series. Take a look. Here with head coach Justice Scott ahead of this 3-game series against the Casper Spuds. Coach, we've seen this team now already 4 times to open the season, got swept in those first 4 games. What are going to be the keys to getting the series win here today?
Throwing strikes. Playing good defense and trying to control their running game. They do a good job at it. They run a lot, and they have some timing things they use, and so that's the 3 keys. All on the non-offensive side of the ball.
You talk about the running game. The Spuds were 16 of 16 in those first 4 games. Earlier today, you were working on the field, trying to control the running game. What were some of the things you were practicing?
Well, first I thought it was more than 16. It seemed like 27 for 27, but yeah, we just, get the guys together. They're new, right? And they all come from different places. And we just tried to throw some things in there that kind of stop their timing mechanisms when they're stealing second base. If nothing else, at least make it harder on them.
When you talk about the throwing strikes, you've got Cade Bleeker on the mound today. What are some of the things you like about the way he throws the ball?
He competes. He maybe so far one of our biggest competitors we have on the mound. And he throws strikes. This is his 3rd outing, and so far most guys, the 3rd time they touch the rubber, they've been better.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
The Sasquatch will look to try to take the series here against Casper. As mentioned, lost all 4 of the first games of the series, but they're going to try to come away with a win, and it's all going to start today as we're going to take a look here at today's off-the-wall stats about how these two teams fared up in the last time they met to start off the season. We're going to take a look at those stats right now. You can see the batting average, a pretty large disparity. The Sasquatch batted .228 in the series, while the Spuds .289. Spuds outscored them 39-21 in the series, and a big key was the walks. Sasquatch left a lot of runners on base as well at 42 runners on base, but 27 walks as 14 hit by pitches, just not the recipe for success on the pitching side of things. You heard him talk about Cade Bleeker as well, about some of the keys for him to be successful today, as the Sasquatch will look to try to limit those walks and put up the runs and get those hits in clutch situations, as they're going to be taking on the Spuds. First pitch coming up at 6:05 between these two teams, and should be an exciting game between these two squads right here on this Saturday afternoon. So when we return here on Spearfish Sasquatch YouTube, we'll have lineups, first pitch, and baseball as the month of June begins with some Spearfish Sasquatch baseball. It's June 1st, and it's time for baseball here at Black Hills Energy Stadium as the Sasquatch gets set to welcome the Casper Spuds for the first of 3 games this weekend, extending into Monday. The Sasquatch will look to come away with a win, the first time they'll face the Spuds here at home after facing them for 4 times to begin the season on the road. Let's take a look at how the Casper Spuds will line up here tonight. Leading off will be Elijah Reeves, the left fielder. Wesley Flatt will play third base and bat second. Josh Phillips is at first, he bats third. Dylan Schlotterback cleans up in the 4th spot. Matt Marsick will bat 5th. Chase Burke bats 6th. Kenny Jackson, the designated hitter, he bats 7th. Chandler Stocking is the second baseman, he bats 8th. And then Parker Burt will do the catching and bat 9th. And that lineup will take on the starting pitcher for the Sasquatch, as it'll be Cade Bleeker who gets the ball here to face the Spuds here to open up the series. The numbers for Bleeker on the season, you can see them on screen. 9 1/3 innings pitched, a 2.89 ERA and 1.29 WHIP. And in his first start of the season, or his last start of the season, I should say, against the Oahe Zap, went 4 1/3 innings, gave up 3 runs, struck out 4, allowed 1 walk and 8 hits. And the strikeouts to walk numbers look pretty good. 9 strikeouts to 2 walks in his first 3 outings of the summer. That's going to be a key thing to look out for in this series for the Sasquatch, is their ability to command the strike zone. In the first 2 games especially of the series against Casper, they hit a lot of batters and also walked a lot of batters, but they were able to get better over the final 2 games of that series. Still did not get a win in those final 2 games, but they looked a lot better over those last 2 games. And then they came back here to take on the Prospects and took 2 out of 3 in that series. So some good stuff from the Sasquatch, especially over the last few games against the Prospects. They'll try to carry that momentum here at home. It is Bark in the Park night here at the ballpark, so a lot of dogs on hand around the stadium. Has a pretty good crowd here as well, still filing in on this beautiful Saturday evening. 6 o'clock here at the ballpark. Temperature about 70 degrees, feels a little bit warmer, but the sun's still out. And a gorgeous night for baseball here at the ballpark as the Spuds come to town today, tomorrow, and Monday. Spuds, as mentioned, 4-0 to begin the season. They were supposed to play 2 games in Fremont, but both those games were canceled due to weather. So they'll still enter with only the 4 games under their belt coming against the Sasquatch. Elijah Reeves digs in from the right side. Bleeker gets set on the mound. And we're underway with the first pitch swinging into left field. Right at Patrick Rakes, who retires Reeves for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. Good way to start off the ballgame for Bleeker. Let's take a look at the Sasquatch defense. You saw Patrick Rakes make the catch out in the left. His other outfielders, Ben Green in center, Lane Simon right. On the infield, it's Ben Tate, Micah Coleman, Ryan Bachman, and Kyle Finn, the infield third to first. And Brinkley Evans will do the catching for Cade Bleeker. First pitch outside to Wesley Flatt. Flatt, a strong start to the season against the Sasquatch, as he was 8 for 14 in the set. 571 batting average that he'll carry into today's game. He takes a strike. Not only that, but also drove in 7 runs, as the Sasquatch allowed 36 Casper runs in the 4-game series. Flatt fouls it away. Ball and 2 strikes the count on Wesley Flatt. Bleeker's 1-2 is grounded to third right at Ben Tate, who takes it on a hop and throws across the diamond in time. 2 quick outs for Cade Bleeker. Having some technical difficulties trying to get the score bug on screen at the moment. We'll try to get that fixed as soon as we can. Quickly 2 away here to begin the top of the first inning, as Josh Phillips will dig in, first baseman for the Spuds. Phillips goes after the first pitch and fouls it away, as the Spuds are aggressive here, going after the first pitches in this game. Phillips hit 2 home runs in the series against the Sasquatch. Sasquatch batters have just 1 still off the bat of Lane Syme, but Phillips responsible for 2, and Matt Marsick, who's in the 5 spot, hit 1 as well. This one's popped up into shallow center field. Ben Green is under it to make the catch. Strong first inning for Cade Bleeker as he sets down the Spuds in order. 1, 2, 3. Sasquatch bats coming to the plate here in the bottom of the first.
My favorite thing about Macero's, it's the staff. The culture is unlike anything I've ever experienced.
Spot On has greatly reduced the time our managers spend on scheduling. The biggest advantage is its tip management. At a touch of a button, it instantly allocates tip pooling and tip splitting.
Our employees love it that as soon as we've done the tip distribution, they can see what they made yesterday. It's real straightforward. What you see is what you get, and that's what you want working in a restaurant. And with Spot On, you've got everything there at the tip of your fingers.
Going somewhere, going higher, faster, farther, going in new directions, to new places. At Monument Health, we keep going so you can keep going. We're dedicated to advanced orthopedic care with the latest innovations, technology, expertise, and treatment. So keep exploring, keep making memories, keep going with Monument Health as your partner. Learn more at monument.health/orthopedics.
7-pitch first inning for Cade Bleeker as the Sasquatch bats will come to the plate, and let's see how they will line up. Ryan Bachman in the familiar spot. Leading things off, Ben Green, after a great night last night, is in the 2-hole. Patrick Rakes back in the lineup. He'll bat third. Seth Nelson is the DH. He bats fourth. Kyle Finn will bat fifth. Ben Tate sixth. And in the bottom three, Lane Syme, Brinkley Evans, and Micah Coleman round out the lineup. And they will take on the starting pitcher for the Casper Spuds. It's a familiar face for these Sasquatch batters, as it is Jason Fink who will once again get the ball. Fink was dominant in his first outing of the season, pitched the first game of the season back on May 23rd, went 6 innings, got the win in that game, threw 110 pitches to get it done, allowed 4 runs, just one of them earned, struck out 8 batters, and walked 3. So coming off throwing 100 pitches, we'll see how long the leash is for Fink, with plenty of rest since that start on May 23rd. As Ryan Bachman will come to the plate to lead things off, as he does for the Sasquatch. Bachman, another good series against the Prospects. He has been a consistent bat for Spearfish, raised his average to .310 on the season. As a first pitch from Fink misses inside. 1 ball, no strikes on Bachman. Bachman, .310 batting average, on base percentage at .488, OPS of .833. As he has started every game for the Sasquatch and done so in the leadoff spot. A face that Sasquatch fans know and love, back for his 5th year with the team. One pitch is chopped right at Fink. Underhand toss to first will retire Bachman. And a quick first out for Fink to begin the first. Let's take a look at the Casper Spuds defense behind Jason Fink. It's Reeves, Burke, and Marsick in the outfield. That's left to right. Wesley Flatt, Dylan Slaughterbeck, Stocking, and Phillips is the infield third to first. And then behind the plate, it is Bert, catching Jason Fink. A Bert and a Burke for the Spuds. As the first pitch is fouled away by Ben Green. Green, a great night last night. As you see the total numbers for him on the season, he was 3 for 3 last night, scored 3 runs, drove in a run, and he was on base all 5 times as part of a 9-run game for the Sasquatch, winning 9-6 over the Prospects to finish out the series. Wasn't named the player of the game, but was right in the running with it, as Russell Peterson delivered a great start in the first 5 innings to shut down the Prospects and win that game. Plan on having Russell Peterson join us in the booth as well in the bottom half of the 5th inning, so stick around for that. You'll get to hear from Peterson about his outing. As Green skies one in the air to right field, that's hit pretty well. Marsick going back, still back. He's going to have to play it off the wall. Green around second. Now he's headed for third. Throw comes into the cutoff man. Relay to third, not in time. Green slides in head first. And that's a 1-out triple for Ben Green. That ball just seemed like it kept carrying. It didn't look like it was going to get that far over the head of Marsick initially off the bat. But that ball just kept going and then skipped up against the wall as Green continues a great start to the season and a great 2-game stretch with a triple. Brings up Patrick Rakes, goes after the first pitch and fouls it away. Rakes .400 batting average on the season. So you see the numbers there, 12 hits and 30 at-bats. His .400 batting average only behind Ben Green for best on the team among qualified hitters. OPS of .853 as Rakes does as his last name suggests. Rakes at the plate. Ball and a strike. Grounded to second. This should score Green. Green heads in from third. Play is made to retire Rakes at first, but it's an RBI ground out, and the Sasquatch are on the board. 1-0, they lead. Well, those kinds of plays are probably what you want to see out of the Sasquatch if you're head coach Justice Scott. Sasquatch left so many runners on base in the first series against Casper. They put runners on, but they couldn't get the big hit. But in this case, get the runner on third with 1 out, looking for any way to bring him home, and Patrick Rakes gets the job done. As Nelson goes after the first pitch and grounds it to first. Stepping on the bag is Phillips to end the inning. Sasquatch bring home 1 run on 1 hit, and they'll take a 1-0 lead into the second inning.
Do you know the locals' choice for gaming excitement? It's the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort. With new games arriving every month, our selection of slot machines is the freshest in town. You can always find a game with our card tables open 24 hours a day. And parking is free and easy at the Lodge, with the area's largest free parking only steps away from our front door. Enjoy spacious and comfortable gaming at the Lodge at Deadwood, the locals' choice.
Quick half innings for both pitchers to begin this ballgame, as Fink needs just 11 pitches to finish off the first. Cade Bleeker's back on the mound after a 7-pitch top of the first inning. But for the Sasquatch, they're able to bring home a run after a Ben Green triple and an RBI groundout from Patrick Rakes. Sasquatch are on the board with an early lead, which is significant because they did not lead the entire 4-game series against Casper. And it takes only 1 inning for the Sasquatch to jump out in front against the Spuds. His first pitch is in there for a strike on Dylan Schlotterbeck. A 1 skied in the air to left field. Rakes drifting over, heading towards center. That ball's drifting on him, and Rakes is able to make the running catch. Man, their flags are not really blowing out in left fields, but that ball kept drifting towards center field, and Rakes was able to make the adjustment to make the catch to retire Schlotterbeck for out number 1. That'll bring up Matt Marsick. Marsick, a strong start to the season against the Sasquatch as well, as he was 5 for 17, appeared in all 4 games. .294 batting average for him as he fouls it just over the bag on that first base side. Marsick tied for the team lead in RBIs with 8. Also scored 6 runs, tied for the team lead in that department as well, along with Wesley Flatt. This pitch is outside. Ball and a strike to count. One on the outside corner. Ball and 2 strikes. We'll introduce you to the umpires real quick. Josh Henwood is behind the plate, and Steve Craze is in the field. Those are your 2 umpires for tonight's game. 1-2 the count as Bleeker looks for his first strikeout. And the pitch is chopped to second base. Bachman heading towards first will flip it over and retire Marsick. 2 up, 2 down to begin the second. That'll bring up Chase Burke here, the center fielder. He'll bat 6th in this game as Bleeker. Strong start to this game. 5 up, 5 down to begin it. Outside the count, 1-0 now on Burke. Burke was just 2 for 11 in the 4-game set against the Sasquatch, though he did get on base at a high clip. 526 his on-base percentage after 3 walks and 5 hit by pitches. This pitch is outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Apologies for some of the technical difficulties with our center field camera, trying to get that back online as soon as we can. Fouled away, 2-1. Sasquatch, as mentioned, were able to get a dominant outing from Russell Peterson in last night's game. By far their best from a starter, as he went 5 shutout innings. And Bleeker looking to do the same as he gets a pop-up towards the first base side. Bachman drifting over, and he'll put it away for out number 3. Another quick 1-2-3 inning for Cade Bleeker as we're played top of the 2nd inning, and the Sasquatch Bats will come to the plate here leading 1-0. Getting ready to go for the bottom of the 2nd inning after another strong 1-2-3 inning for Bleeker. Sasquatch Bats will look to tack on some more runs and extend the lead here in the bottom of the 2nd as Kyle Finn fouls the first pitch off. 0-1 the count on Finn. Finn takes inside to even the count here, 1-1. Finn started off the season really strong for the Sasquatch. Still his batting average among the team's best at .379. Here's the 1-1. Inside, 2-1 the count. Finn, a .955 OPS. As his 4 extra base hits tie him for the team lead, along with Ben Tate, who's standing on deck. 2-1 upstairs. 3-1 now the count. It's Finn, Tate, and Syme in the home half of the 2nd. Three-one misses, ball 4. Sasquatch will get a leadoff runner on base. Kyle Finn is aboard, and that brings up Ben Tate, whose batting average a little lower than Kyle Finn's at .320. But his 4 extra base hits, as mentioned, still tied for best on the team. 6 RBIs as well as 2nd, only behind Kyle Finn. One ball, no strikes here on Tate, who's been playing a lot of third base early on in this season for the Sasquatch. We've seen Tate and Darnell mostly splitting time at third. Coleman, who's now new to the team, and Gonzalez have been splitting time at short. As a wild pitch, he's going to advance Kyle Finn to 2nd base. Dogs are filing over on the 3rd base side for a parade. Beautiful sight here at the ballpark. Kyle Finn stands off second, 2-0 pitch is yanked outside, 3-0 on Tate. As they command getting away from Fink here in the second inning. Matchup between these two teams, one of 3 games going on in the ILB. We'll give you some score updates as this game goes along. Tate is aboard on a 4-pitch walk. It's back-to-back walks to begin the inning for Jason Fink. That brings up Lane Syme, as trotting out from behind the plate is catcher Parker Burt. He will talk with Jason Fink ahead of this at-bat to Lane Syme. Syme has struggled at the plate to begin the season. He is just 2 for 9. But his OPS among the best on the team thanks to his home run, which is the only home run the Sasquatch have hit this year. Came on a solo shot in the series against Casper. Batting here with 2 on and nobody out, as another fastball is pulled into that left-hand batter's box. Jason Fink just seems to be perhaps holding on to that fastball a little bit too long. Struggling to find the zone here. That's 6 straight balls out of the hand of Fink. Syme into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Marsick over to cut it over. Finn is going to get the wave home. Throw comes in. It's cut off. And Kyle Finn comes in to score on the RBI single by Lane Syme. Ben Tate moves to third. And it's 2-0 Spearfish. So Lane Syme gets his 3rd hit of the season. It's another RBI for Syme. And the Sasquatch getting to Jason Fink early on. Threatening for more runs. A crooked number here in the second inning. As a mound visit will commence here for the Spuds. Walk, and single for Spearfish in the home half of the second. It's now we're at the bottom of the order. Brinkley Evans, the 8-hole hitter, will come to the box. Evans and Chance Green, the 2 catchers on the team. And they haven't been able to get a lot of offense out of that catching position, as Green and Evans are combined 2 for 28 to begin the season. Evans is still looking for his first hit of the summer. Home plate umpire Josh Henwood will go out to the mound to try to break up this mound visit. Fink was so dominant his first time out against the Sasquatch, early on in that game especially. As mentioned, he got the start on May 23rd against Spearfish. Went 3 innings, did not allow a run. Then in the 4th inning, gave up 3. 1 in the 6th as well, but only 1 of those runs was earned in that first start. Whatever was said in the mound visit works, at least on the first pitch, as he does deliver a strike to Brinkley Evans. Casper looking for a double play up the middle as they'll keep the infield back. Evans pops one into right field. We'll see if they try to tag up. Catch is made by Marsick in right. Here comes Tate. Throw to the plate. It is not in time. Tate will score on the sac fly. Brinkley Evans brings home another. 2 runs in the inning, and it's 3-0 Sasquatch. First out of the inning as well for Jason Fink. 2 runs already in. And again, it's that small ball baseball that's working for the Sasquatch as of late. Get an RBI ground out in the first inning, an RBI on a sac fly here in the second. Getting those hits, or at least productive outs when they need it. Michael Coleman, today's shortstop, comes to bat here with 1 away and 1 on. That breaking ball drops in there for a strike as Coleman was bailing on it, thinking it might come inside. Syme stands at first, the 9-hole hitter Coleman at the plate. And he fouls one away. Coleman joined the team at the start of the series against the Prospects. And since coming over, has looked good at the plate. Had a productive night last night. He is 3 for 4 to begin the season. Breaking ball's in there for strike 3 as Jason Fink retires Coleman looking his first strikeout of the game and out number 2 in the inning. Brings up Ryan Bachman, who grounded out his first time up. Bachman has just been the consistent bat in the order for the Sasquatch. He takes upstairs for ball 1. Bachman has reached base in every game he has played in so far this season, hitting successfully in all but 2. Takes a strike. Count goes to 1-1 on Bachman. One bounced in the dirt. Made a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Fink was effective with his pitch count in the first inning, retiring the Sasquatch, allowing just 1 run on 1 hit, doing so on 11 pitches. He's now thrown 20 here in the second inning. He yanks another one, and the runner will take off. Delayed steal from Syme as he thought that ball might have gotten away, and he is thrown out at second base to end the inning. It's a caught stealing for Lane Syme, and the 3rd out of the inning. The Sasquatch bring home 2 runs on 1 hit in the home half of the second. We've played 2 here at Black Hills Energy Stadium. The Sasquatch carry a 3-0 lead. Well, if watching baseball doesn't make your day, hopefully that does, as you get to see some dogs in the parade, bark in the park night here at the ballpark. As back on the mound for the 3rd inning is Cade Bleeker. He'll face 7, 8, 9 in the Spuds order. Efficient 2 innings for Bleeker, needing just 17 pitches to retire the first 6 batters. He misses outside here to Kenny Jackson, the designated hitter. It's Jackson, Stocking, and Burt due up against Bleeker. This one's skied into left field. Rakes comes in, and he'll make the catch to retire Jackson. So all 7 outs coming on balls in play. 4 flyouts, 2 groundouts, and a pop out. The 7 outs recorded by Cade Bleeker. Brings up the second baseman, Chandler Stocking. And he pops one foul. 0-1 the count here on Stocking. Ben Tate creeping towards the cutout on the third base side. Pitch upstairs, a ball and a strike. Bleeker able to get ahead of these hitters for the most part early on. The 1-1. It's fouled away again. Saw Russell Peterson be capped at about 70 pitches last night, or at least that's what head coach Justice Scott told me before the game, and that's what we ended up seeing. He went, I believe, 74, 72 pitches. It was 72 pitches last night. 1-2 upstairs, so I'd imagine we see around the same mark for Cade Bleeker here today. With where he's sitting right now, could be able to get through 4 or 5 innings. Here's his 2-2. And that drops in there for strike 3. Stocking is down looking for out number 2. First strike out of the game for Bleeker. So another quick 2 outs to begin the third. Bring up the catcher, Parker Burt. And Burt takes strike 1. We've seen almost exclusively fastballs from Bleeker. She's been sitting about 80-82 early on in this game. So I'm dropping a breaking ball there on Stocking to get the strikeout looking. Burt, the catcher, was 1 for 6 in the 3 games he played against the Sasquatch to begin the season, as this one is chopped to first. Kyle Finn will go to the bag to set down Parker Burt. It's the third straight 3-up, 3-down inning. 9 up, 9 down for Cade Bleeker. As we head to the bottom half of the third, Sasquatch lead at 3-0.
Spot-on teamwork saves me so much time. I haven't spent a single minute in my back office this week. Teamwork simplifies employee communications, scheduling, tip-outs, and payroll. It even syncs with my POS, so I know my data is accurate. All right, tips are out. In fact, teamwork has saved me so much time, I was able to take today off to film this.
Cut! Now remember, you really hate that back office.
Everything about Macero's, it's the staff. The culture is unlike anything I've ever experienced.
Spot On has greatly reduced the time our managers spend on scheduling. The biggest advantage is its tip management. At a touch of a button, it instantly allocates tip pooling and tip splitting.
Our employees love it that as soon as we've done the tip distribution, they can see what they made yesterday. It's real straightforward. What you see is what you get, and that's what you want working in a restaurant. And with Spot On, you've got everything there at the tip of your fingers.
So they know my sweet baby loves me so. She got me going, yeah, she turns me on. And she loves me, yeah, she loves me, and it blows my mind.
Ryan Bachman will lead off the home half of the third after a third straight shutdown inning for Cade Bleeker. Bachman was at the plate to end the bottom of the second inning as Lane Syme took off on a delayed steal or perhaps a misread on a ball in the dirt. Was ended up out at second base on a caught stealing. The stolen base margin was certainly a topic of discussion through the first 4 games of the season in Casper, as the Spuds were 16 of 16 while the Sasquatch were 2 of 4. Bachman gets into one to left field, and that's going to fall behind the glove of Reeves, who lays out on a dive. Bachman will hustle to second base. He's there without a throw. It's a leadoff double for Ryan Bachman as he got all that baseball and smoked it past the diving glove of Elijah Reeves, who came inches away from making a fantastic head-first diving play. Reeves with great speed in left field was able to get to the ball, though, quickly. With the ball hit in front of him, no chance for Bachman to get to third for a triple. Speaking of triples, that's exactly what Ben Green did his first time up. A triple in the first inning. And Green, now dating back to yesterday's game, has reached back base in 6 straight games. Pardon me, 6 straight at-bats. Last night, 3 for 3 with a pair of walks. Today, a triple. Continuing to hit at the plate. Third hit of the game, that double by Ryan Bachman. As Green swings and misses on a pitch down and in. Count even now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Infield shading him a little bit to the pole side as the shortstop Schlotterbeck stands behind Bachman. This one's grounded to first. Phillips will take it to the bag himself. Advancing to third is Bachman on the ground out. So another run now standing 90 feet away. As a productive out moves Bachman to third. And Patrick Rakes will dig in. Rakes brought home a run with an RBI ground out in the first. He fouls this first pitch off. Again, through these first 3 innings, the small ball offense looking really good. RBI ground out, a sac fly. And now you've got Ryan Bachman with a leadoff double, able to move him to third with 1 out. See if they can manufacture that run to bring him home. Again, the infield shading him a little bit to the pole side. Schlotterbeck closer to the bag at the second base spot. Cut on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Rakes. Jason Fink looking to get through this third frame. There's action going on right now in the Spuds bullpen. Should Fink remain in trouble in this game? So that arm seems to be loosening in a hurry, so not sure how long the leash is here on Fink. 2-2. Upstairs, full count. Fink looked solid in the first inning in terms of throwing strikes. The second inning got away from him a little bit, walking 2 batters. Still pounding the zone for the most part. Here's his 3-2. And that misses. Patrick Rakes is aboard with a walk. Sasquatch will bring runners on the corners with 1 away. And the DH, Seth Nelson, coming up. Nelson, along with Bachman, the returners from last year's team. Nelson has immediately made his presence felt with some quality at-bats. Had a sac fly in the game against the Prospects. And since joining the team is 2 for 6. Take strike 1. This is his 3rd game played, 3rd in a row. Middle infield hoping for a double play. As Phillips will hold on. Rakes at first. Bachman off third. Nelson skies one into left field. This is plenty deep enough for Bachman. Charging in is Elijah Reeves. He will throw to the plate. It is cut off. Relay throw comes in, and Bachman's in safely. Well, Elijah Reeves with a strong throw. I thought it'd be a lot easier for Bachman to score than it ended up being. As Elijah Reeves delivered a pretty good throw to the cutoff man, but either way, it's still a sac fly for Seth Nelson. And the Sasquatch don't let that leadoff double go to waste. They bring home another run, score for a 3rd straight inning, and take a 4-0 lead. Kyle Finn steps into the box. The pitch is blocked behind the plate by Birch. Finn walked in the 2nd inning to lead off that frame. Scored on the RBI single by Lane Syme. 1-0 in on the hands, but that's going to get down in right field in front of Marsick. Rounding second and headed for third is Rakes. He'll get there with a headfirst dive, no throw. And Kyle Finn keeps the inning alive with a single. And the Sasquatch will once again now have runners on the corners now with 2 away. And Ben Tate coming up. And that's going to be the end of the night for Jason Fink. A quick leash on a guy who threw over 100 pitches in the first game for the Spuds is done after 2 2/3. 4 runs come in. He's responsible for the runners on the corners. We'll introduce you to the new pitcher when we return here on Spearfish Sasquatch YouTube.
Do you know the locals' choice for gaming excitement? It's the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort. With new games arriving every month, our selection of slot machines is the freshest in town. You can always find a game with our card tables open 24 hours a day. And parking is free and easy at the Lodge, with the area's largest free parking only steps away from our front door. Enjoy spacious and comfortable gaming at the Lodge at Deadwood, the locals' choice.
Going somewhere, going higher, faster, farther, going in new directions, to new places. At Monument Health, we keep going so you can keep going. We're dedicated to advanced orthopedic care with the latest innovations, technology, expertise, and treatment. So keep exploring, keep making memories, keep going with Monument Health as your partner. Learn more at monument.health/orthopedics.
Hamilton Moy is the first pitcher out of the bullpen for the Casper Spuds as he takes over here from Jason Fink, who goes just 2 2/3 innings, and he'll be responsible for the runners on the corners. Those runners are Patrick Rakes at third and Kyle Finn at first. Ben Tate will dig in, hoping to greet Hamilton Moy with some more runs. The Sasquatch already bring home another in this half inning to make it a 4-0 ball game. Moy appeared in 2 games in the series against the Sasquatch, going 3 innings, allowing just 1 run, and it was not earned, so he'll carry a 0 ERA into his relief outing today. Gets a swing and miss on that pitch. His count will go to 2 balls and 1 strike here on Ben Tate. Tate also walked in the second inning, coming against Fink. Came around to score as that pitch clips the outside part of the plate. Even count. Kyle Finn takes his lead off first. The pitch is grounded to short. Schlotterbeck gets a healthy hop and throws on to first in time to retire Tate. Sasquatch bring home another. Hamilton Moy comes out of the pen to escape the jam, and the Sasquatch will take a 4-0 lead into the 4th inning.
Road trips are measured in miles of uncontrollable laughter, comfortable silence, and new memories. And for 50 years, Super 8 has been there for wherever your journey takes you. So when the open road calls for a good night's rest, you can depend on Super 8's modern rooms at over 2,000 locations. Plus, earn Wyndham Rewards points for every stay. Super 8, one of 24 trusted brands by Wyndham. See you on the road.
Newest Games is at the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort. When you're looking for the latest and greatest games, the Lodge is the place for you, as we are constantly updating our gaming floor with new and exciting games. There's always something fresh and fun at the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort, your home for the newest games.
Cade Bleeker out there for the 4th inning. So far, he's retired the first 9 batters he's faced in order as he gets set to face the order for a second time. Bleeker has needed just 28 pitches, 20 of them for strikes to retire these first 9 batters. Only 1 by a strikeout, other 8 on balls in play. As the first pitch misses outside, 1 ball, no strikes here on Elijah Reeves. Reeves came inches away from robbing Ryan Bachman of the leadoff double in the 3rd inning, as Bleeker misses upstairs with a fastball, loses his hat in the process. Fastball, changeup, slider, the 3 pitches we've seen out of Cade Bleeker today. Fastball low 80s, slider, changeup low 70s. Another pitch this time in there. 2-1 now the count. Reeves flew out to left his first time up. Two one misses outside. 3-1 now the count. Reeves a speedy base runner as well. If he does get on here. 3-1. Checks his swing and fouls it off. We'll go to a full count. Could be wrong, but I believe this is the first count, or full count, we've seen Bleeker be in this ball game. He has pounded the zone through the first 3 frames. Trying to keep going what Russell Peterson started last night. Try to string together another strong start. This one's hitting the air to center field and pretty well struck. Going back on it is Green, and he's going to get under it to make the play. Reeves flies out for a second time, and it's out number 1 to begin the 4th. Brings up Wesley Flatt. Grounded out in his first AB. Flatt was probably the player of the series for Casper. 8 hits in 14 at-bats, a 700 on-base percentage thanks to 4 walks and 2 hit by pitches. 3rd on the team in RBIs with 7, tied for most with runs at 6. And he grounds one to second base. Bachman will play it and throw to first in time to retire Flatt for out number 2. Brings up Josh Phillips. Another 2 quick outs to begin the frame for Cade Bleeker. Phillips flew out to center his first time up as well. Bats here with 2 away in the top of the 4th. The Sasquatch on top, 4-0. Thanks to running every half inning. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third as Phillips hammers it to right field. That ball is way out of here. And Josh Phillips has the first hit of the game in emphatic style as he gets to the Sasquatch again. Home run over the fence out in right field, and it is a 4-1 ball game. Josh Phillips, as he did against the Sasquatch in the first 4 games of the series, knew it as soon as it left his bat, got a fastball right down the middle, and took advantage. It's Phillips' 3rd home run of the season. He takes sole possession of the team lead in RBIs with his 9th. A solo shot gets Casper on the board. And Schlotterbeck looks to make it another as he hits one out to left center field, and pretty well struck. It's going to go off the base of the wall and kick away from Green in center field. Schlotterbeck motoring around second. Throw comes into the cutoff man, and the relay to third is not in time. Schlotterbeck with a triple. And on back-to-back pitches now, a homer and a triple coming off Cade Bleeker, who looked like he was going to be able to cruise to a 4th straight 1-2-3 inning. Not so fast. The Casper Spuds put up a run and now trying to manufacture one with 2 outs. Looking for a base hit here from Matt Marsick to cut this lead in half. First pitch to Marsick's in the dirt. So Bleeker retired the first 11 batters he faced, and then a home run to Phillips. Now triple to Schlotterbeck. And a 1-0 from Marsick is popped up behind the plate, drifting towards the first base dugout. Brinkley Evans is able to make the catch in foul territory. Only 1 run allowed as the Spuds will leave a runner stranded on third, and the Sasquatch will carry a 4-1 lead to the home half of the 4th. Lane Syme leads off the bottom half of the fourth, with the Sasquatch now leading by just 3, thanks to a solo home run by Phillips in the top half of the inning. It's 7, 8, 9 in the order for the Sasquatch: Syme, Evans, and Coleman. First pitch outside to Syme. We'll take a look around the ILB. Prospects and Sodbusters are tied at 1 in the top of the 6th inning. And then out in Fremont, the Moo and the Zap. 3-0 lead early on for the Zap. That game's in the top of the 4th. Syme swings and misses on a pitch outside. Count even here, 1-1. Syme, an RBI single his first time up in the 2nd inning. Brought home Kyle Finn for the 2nd run of the game. Trying to make it 4 straight innings. Sasquatch put up a run. Syme grounds one to short. Schlotterbeck fields and fires in time to retire Syme for the first out. That'll bring up Brinkley Evans. As mentioned, his first time up, the catcher position has not been a spot of a lot of offensive production for the Sasquatch. And Evans, despite not getting a hit his first time up, a productive at-bat with an RBI sac fly. It's part of the 2-run 2nd inning. He shows bunt, and he punts it down the third base line, and beautifully off the mound is Moy to make the play, and he'll misfire at first base. Evans is aboard with a single. That's his first hit of the summer. And it comes off a bunt single. Can't do it much better than that as it stayed on the grass. Hamilton Moy cut off Flat, who was charging in from third to try to make the play. Sort of slipped with his left foot as he tried to plant, though I don't think he was going to make the play either way. That's why Brinkley Evans gets the hit. 5th hit of the game for Spearfish. I'll bring up Micah Coleman, 9-hole hitter for the Sasquatch, who was retired via a strikeout. The only strikeout that Jason Fink had in his 2 2/3 brief outing. Coleman checks his swing. The pitch was in there either way. Ball on a strike. Evans, not a lot of speed off first, being held on by Phillips. Stalking, shading towards the bag at second base. That pitch gets out of the hands of Moy and upstairs. 2-1 here on Coleman. Coleman and Wallet, both Micahs, came to the team ahead of the series against Nebraska. Both saw their first action in that series. Coleman getting the start at shortstop today instead of Matthew Gonzalez or Dylan Darno. We've seen all those guys share some time at short this year. 2-2 in on the hands and fouled away. Coleman stays alive. Two from Moy, just misses outside. Count goes full now on Coleman. Evans is not a speed threat necessarily at first, but with a full count and 1 out. See if Justice Scott tries to send him in motion. He does. Coleman reaches his bat out and grounds it to second base. Play is made at first to retire Coleman. Moving to second is Brinkley Evans. That pitch was going to be ball 4, but Coleman in a hit and run count stuck the bat out it to try to break up a caught stealing. He's retired. Evans in scoring position. And Ryan Bachman come to bat for a 3rd time. Ground out in a double on the line for Bachman, along with a run scored. Goes after the first pitch, swings and misses. It's in the dirt, and Evans will get to third easily. As the wild pitch escapes Burt behind the plate. Now, run standing at third. We'll see if Bachman can single him in. This is Hamilton Moy's first inning to himself. Came in after just 2 2/3 from Jason Fink. Was able to get the 3rd out of that inning. Now Bachman at the plate. 0-1. Catches the outside corner. And Bachman's now behind the count here, 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Tried to go back to the same spot, and he got him looking. Back-to-back pitches right there on the outside corner to retire Ryan Bachman. Sasquatch held without a run for the first half inning this game, and the Sasquatch will carry a 4-1 lead to the top of the fifth when we return here on Spearfish Sasquatch YouTube.
I wanna shout out to the world so they know my sweet baby loves me so. She got me going, yeah, she turns me on. And she loves me, yeah, she loves me, and it blows my mind.
Hey, nice strike.
Yeah, it blows my mind. She's my lover.
Road trips are measured in miles of uncontrollable laughter, comfortable silence, and new memories. And for 50 years, Super 8 has been there for wherever your journey takes you. So when the open road calls for a good night's rest, you can depend on Super 8's modern rooms.
Chase Burke, Kenny Jackson, Chandler Stocking. 6, 7, 8 in the order. Going up against Cade Bleeker, who might need a smaller hat, as that hat keeps falling off when he throws the fastball. Delivers strike one on Burke. Oh, 1 breaking ball just misses the outside corners. It looked like for a second home plate umpire Josh Henwood was going to call that strike 2. 1-1 fouled away. Count goes to 1-2. Hoping to have Russell Peterson join us in the home half of the fifth when the Sasquatch are batting. Come up here in the booth and have a conversation with myself. Get to talk about last night's performance and the beginning of the season for Spearfish. So stick around in the bottom half of the fifth. You won't want to miss that. 1-2 breaking ball stays alive. As Burke fouls it away down the first base line. A lot of space up the middle with Burke at the plate. 1-2 from Bleeker. Takes the breaking ball this time on the pitch in the dirt. Another 1-2 misses outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes now the count, pardon me. Full count here, Burke at the plate, Kenny Jackson, the DH, waiting on deck. Pitch from Bleeker. His foul is in the air to right field. Going back on it is Syme, and he'll make the catch. Burke is retired for the second time today. And that's out number 1 here in the fifth. Bleeker cruised through the first 3 innings, did not allow a base runner to start the ball game. Got into a bit of trouble in the fourth with a homer to Josh Phillips and a triple to Schlotterbeck on back-to-back pitches. But despite that, 48 pitches for Cade Bleeker, 32 of them for strikes. He's trying to cruise through a 5th inning and be in position for a Sasquatch win. Ball and no strikes the count here on Kenny Jackson, who skies it up on the infield. Bleeker comes off the mound. Kyle Finn will call him off from first and make the play for the second out. If you take away those 2 pitches, Bleeker's been perfect in this game. No walks, only 1 strikeout, but he hasn't needed it as he's been getting weak contact, getting ahead of these hitters and putting them away. Doing a great job here for the Sasquatch. It's a pitch in the dirt. Ball, no strikes here on Chandler Stocking. Stocking was the one strikeout victim that Bleecker has had in this game. He's retired looking in the third inning. Here's the 1-0. Checked his swing, takes strike one. Count goes to 1-1. So Bleecker looking to try to get through a fifth inning. 1-1. In the dirt, 2 balls and a strike. As Cade Bleeker's hat continues to fall off here. Maybe wearing a size too big. Plenty of hats, though, here at the tents at the ballpark. Another great crowd here on hand for Bark in the Park night. 2-1 is up and away to make it a 3-1 count. In danger of walking his first batter of the game. We haven't seen a Sasquatch pitcher get into the 6th inning yet. Bleeker's pitch count in the low 50s. Could be the first to do it, as this one's popped up, headed towards us in the press box. Goes off the hands of a couple fans, lands right by Sampson, and is retrieved by a fan. Winds up as strike 2, full count on Chandler Stocking. Fouled away. We'll do it again here, 3-2 on Stocking. As mentioned, Russell Peterson will join us in the home half of the 5th inning up here in the booth, so stick around to hear our conversation with him coming up after the final out of this inning. 3-2 again, fouled away. Good job by Stocking here to extend this AB. Force Cade Bleecker to work. Haven't seen a lot of at-bats go this distance today. Bleeker's 3-2 is down low. First walk issued by Bleecker comes with 2 outs. And the catcher, Parker Burt, will dig in. So Parker Burt, who grounded out as the 3rd out of the 3rd inning, bats with 2 outs here in the home half of the 5th inning. Pardon me, the top of the 5th inning. Casper trailing 4-1 in this game. 1 run on 2 hits for the Spuds. 4 runs on 5 hits for the Sasquatch. In there, count goes to 1-1. Some stretching going on now in the Sasquatch bullpen. Only beginning as this at-bat began. Runner goes, throw down to second, is right on the money, but gets past Bachman and into center field. As Stocking swipes second base, and again, the Spuds remain perfect on the bases with their 17th stolen base against the Sasquatch. So 2 balls and a strike. The count on Burt. As now a runner in scoring position as Evans will trot out to the mound. Very quick conversation with Bleecker, if you can even call it that. Burt digs back in ahead of a 2-1 from Cade Bleecker. He's getting set to throw his 61st pitch of the game. And it's grounded to third. Tate snags it, throws it across the diamond, and it gets past Kyle Finn at first base. 1 run's going to come in to score on the error. And Burt is going to advance to second base on a 2-base error by Ben Tate at third. Scoring is Chandler Stocking. It'll be an unearned run charged against Bleecker. And the inning will continue here for the Spuds. Tate made a nice play as that ball was hit hard off the bat of Burt. Snared it with the glove, but pulled the throw down in the dirt. Kyle Finn at first couldn't bail him out with the snag, and this one is hit just foul along the third base line. 0-1 here on Elijah Reeves. Reeves 0 for 2 with a fly out to left and a fly out to center. 0-1 is fouled up against the screen. Nothing in 2 here on Reeves as Bleecker will look to try to still escape the inning with just the 1 unearned run allowed. A 2-out walk to Chandler Stocking, a stolen base, and then the error at third allows the Spuds to bring home another run. 0-2 popped up, headed towards us here at the press box, and it will land just in front of us. Some fans will scurry to that one. Might have even seen that ball drop right in front of the camera on the screen. Could certainly hear it clank against the metal seats here at the ballpark. Here's the 0-2 in the dirt. Ball and 2 strikes as this has been by far the longest inning for Cade Bleecker. 5th batter in the frame, Elijah Reeves at the plate. These counts getting longer for Bleecker. He tries to get through a 5th. Burt off second. 1-2. Grounded to third. Tate makes a diving play. Throw on to first is not in time as the speedy Elijah Reeves beats it out. It's going to be an infield single for Reeves as Tate did everything he could on that one to keep the ball in the infield and then throw strongly across the diamond. But with Reeves' speed, no chance at first. So now the Spuds, who've been quiet up until this half inning, have something cooking here in the 5th. 2-out rally as Flat skies the first pitch high into left field. Long run for Rakes. And calling him off in shallow left is the shortstop Micah Coleman to retire Flat. Spuds bring home another on an error. Sasquatch will lead 4-2, and when we come back, we'll have Russell Peterson join us in the booth.
When you venture to Spearfish in the Black Hills of South Dakota, you'll find rugged hiking and biking trails, extreme rock climbs, and views that will take your breath away. Plan a Spearfish vacation and come find your adventure. Spearfish, my great place in South Dakota.
Getting set for the bottom of the 5th inning. The Sasquatch will have 2, 3, 4 coming up to the plate, and we're joined here up inside the press box by Russell Peterson. Russell, very strong outing last night, earned you player of the game, 5 strong innings, shutting down the Prospects in the series finale. Let's just talk about last night a little bit. For you on the mound, what were you doing so well that helped you throw those 5 strong innings?
Well, first of all, thank you for the kind words. I appreciate it. But I was able to mix a lot of my pitches that I wasn't able to my last start against Casper. Threw a lot of first pitch breaking balls, and then also fastball up in the zone was really working for me to get the strikeout. So I think a good mix of my stuff was really helpful.
We talked with Blake Bolin, our amazing baseball ops intern. He was tracking your pitches, and I think he said around the 4th inning he came over to us and he was like, this guy's throwing like 5, 6 pitches. Yeah. Were you throwing that many pitches, or was your velocity just switching around?
I have 4, but I was probably switching around my velocity. I throw fastball, curveball, slider, change. But sometimes I'll cut the slider and make it sharper and whatnot. But when it's good, it's sharp and it's hard. So that was what guys were swinging over yesterday.
Well, you were able to deliver a strong outing to get the win in that series over Nebraska. You joined the team a little bit late in that series against Casper, but obviously this is collegiate summer ball, so you guys are coming from all different colleges. I know you and Krieber both from Whitman College, but getting to meet all these different guys from every other different college, what is that process like on that first and second day that you guys start to meet each other?
Oh, it's a lot of fun. I'll say that my first time here, the first day, me and my family were driving in and, show up and go to a game the same day. It's kind of crazy, but these guys are all great guys. They all understand baseball. We've all played the game a long time, so I'm able to meet guys in the bullpen, especially those are the guys I'm close with. And it's just a lot of fun, like learning different perspectives and giving tips that they have, and it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, on that note, you guys getting to know each other in the bullpen side, especially you and the other pitchers, as Ben Green grounds one here on the infield. Diving play made it short. Green is going to beat the throw at first to get on base to begin this half inning. Getting to talk with the other guys in the bullpen, what is that process like of sharing your knowledge about the pitches you throw, them sharing what they've learned, and then sort of learning from each other about the art of pitching?
Well, I would say we're just like friends first, right? It's summer ball. We're here to have a good time, and so like getting to know them like on a personal level is really important first. And they're a great group of guys. But also like I've been working on my slider, like I said. That was a pitch I learned this offseason, and me and Krieber from my school, but also other guys just like asking how they throw it and stuff like that has been a lot of help, and it helped me yesterday, so that was really nice.
For you coming over from Whitman College out in Washington, here out in South Dakota, how does that process happen? How'd you find the Sasquatch, and how'd you come here and play college summer ball?
So in the fall, our coaches, they set you up for summer ball, and they ask like who wants to play like full season, who wants to play short season. I always wanted to play summer baseball. I've always seen the Portland Pickles are a team in my area, so I kind of always wanted to play college summer baseball. And we had two kids from my school, older guys on our staff that had played here before, Jack Hosteller and Wyatt Adams, and they really enjoyed it. And they had a lot of good things to say. So when my coach told me this was one of the places I could sign with, like it was an opportunity that I wanted to take.
Rakes hits one on the ground to first. He'll reach on the fielder's choice as Green is retired at second base for first out of the inning. Now you've been around this team a little bit, so you've gotten to see some of these hitters. Any hitters that you've seen that have really impressed you, or any hitters that you've gotten a little closer to than anybody else?
Let me think. Well, obviously we have Ryan Bachman, the fan favorite.
Right.
So everyone cheers his walk-up song when he comes up, which is a lot of fun. Ben Green, he's had a good day so far. I think he had a triple, but he's been hitting well. I'm trying to think. Kyle's really nice. Kyle Finn. He had a good day when we were in Pierre, I think, if that's how you pronounce it.
Pierre. I've been told two different things.
Exactly, me too.
They say that you can say Pierre, but that it's also Pierre, but they don't get offended. So I don't know exactly.
No, great group of hitters. We've been, we struggled in our opening series, but we scored like over 8 runs the last couple of games. So guys are staying hot. So that's really nice.
Seth Nelson at the plate here with one away. Patrick Rakes on first. Sasquatch leading 4-2. I'm joined up in the press box by Russell Peterson after his outing yesterday. Talk about that series in Casper. I've had some conversations with head coach Justice Scott. What have been some of your first impressions playing for him, how the way he coaches you guys on the mound especially, but also just as a team?
So him and we had Coach Sizemore, who was our pitching coach for a couple weeks, or about a week. He used to coach at my school, Whitman. That was where he coached for a long time, and so I knew coming in here that I'd have a connection with a guy that knew kind of my head coach and was able to set things up for me. But him and Justice done a great job. Like, they understand it's summer ball, right? Like, we're all here trying to get reps, and so they're just trying to give us opportunities to where we can like improve on our skill set and like understand that we're trying to win games here, but also like trying to become the best versions of ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. You said learning about the slider and trying to get better on that pitch. Is that sort of a personal goal that you're setting for yourself over the course of the summer?
Oh, definitely. That was a good hit. Definitely. So going into my spring season, like I was mainly fastball, curveball, changeup, and I knew that I needed kind of a bridge pitch between the two, to be able to like, not like something to strike somebody out, but to be able to get ahead in the count, right? Fastball is kind of my best pitch. It rides a lot. So if I'm able to have a slider that I can steal a strike with early in the count, like I know that'd set me up, and it worked for me yesterday. So that was a lot of fun.
Is there any process, me not being a strong baseball player, quitting after Little League, realizing that was the end of that dream, is there any process that goes into deciding what pitches to pursue? Like, how do you learn the slider sort of the go-to pitch or the pitch you want to get better at moving forward?
Yeah, that's something I've kind of worked on. Like, everyone throws differently, right? The arm angle that you throw from and how your body moves, everyone's like biomechanics, I guess is the fancy word, is different. And so I learned I throw a fastball from over the top, right? So that pitch rides a lot, and so I naturally threw a curveball with it because the two could be paired well. And the slider I struggled with because I'm not really good at supinating with my arm, which would be like getting it to curve kind of side to side. And so that's something I had to work on, like throwing it hard and being able to get that late bite. And so you kind of just have to like find what works with your mechanics and what works with each person and kind of build your repertoire that way.
Kyle Finn on a 1-0 pitch, grounds one up the middle. Patrick Rake scores from third. Seth Nelson coming around from second. Throw comes into the plate, not in time. Finn headed to second. He'll get in there safely. RBI single for Kyle Finn. The Sasquatch continue their strong day at the plate, bringing home another 2 more runs.
Yeah.
They'll take a 6-4 lead. Sorry, 6-2 lead. What do you see from that swing there?
It's a great swing. Kyle had a great day when we were in Pier, as we just talked about. But that's huge. Getting it through the middle of the infield right there gives Bleecker a bigger lead to hopefully get the win in this game. So that's a big swing for us.
Yeah, I want to talk about Cade Bleecker as well. Really strong outing for him, especially through those first 3 innings, 9 up, 9 down. You've seen him pitch a couple times now in this game, or pardon me, in the season. Anything you like about the way he throws the ball? What stands out when you watch him pitch?
Yeah, Bleeker's a great guy too. Like he's a funny guy to have in the bullpen. So I really hung out with him a lot. But I don't know. He came in out of the pen twice in Casper. Once when the first game that I was not there, and then I saw him again do it in a game I think we lost to a walk-off. But he's been nails. He's done his job when he's been called upon and makes his breaking ball a lot and just understands how to pitch, right? Like he knows when to throw pitches and what counts, and I think that he's just done a great job with the opportunities given to him.
Now with 2 outs in the inning as Ben Tate flies out, Kyle Finn advances to third. I want to go back to where you talked about Ryan Bachman earlier. With him being the 4th-year guy on this team, I talked with him about what he likes to do to help the guys like you feel comfortable in their first year with the team. What has he been, the kind of presence he's been? Because I know he's a talkative guy. He wants to make everyone feel comfortable. What was your first impression of him and making you feel welcome?
Well, I'll tell you, my first impression is when he goes up to hit to lead off the game, they play his walk-up song and the whole crowd claps for it and sings along to it. I think that's a lot of fun. But I think just setting an example of, how to have success in summer ball.
Syme cranks one to left field. Good luck charm Russell Peterson in the booth as this ball is caught, I believe. Or is that gone? No, that's a home run. Lane Syme out of sight, his second home run with the Sasquatch. A 2-run shot for Lane Syme. We got to have you up here in the press box more often.
I'm lucky.
4-run bottom of the 5th inning as Syme greeted in the dugout. A 2-run shot puts the Sasquatch up front in a big way. 8-2 the score. Well, I mean, you could tell just by Syme, his build as a hitter.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of power. Watching him in batting practice, obviously hit the home run out in Casper.
Yeah.
Got a good pitch to hit there and hit it over the left field wall.
Yep.
Good swing by Lane Syme.
That ball he hit in Casper, I think Casper is at like 6,500 feet or something. That ball was still on its way up as it was leaving the field. That was my first game. I was like, that ball was hit well. So good to see him get another home run there.
Elijah Reeves was out in left field, almost able to make the catch up against the wall. I thought for a second he was able to come down with it. I believe this is just a mound visit, no signal to the bullpen yet. As Russell Peterson's up here in the booth with me. Sasquatch put up 4 runs in the bottom of this inning. 2-run home run by Lane Syme capping things off. Russell, you're here. Are you here for the whole summer, or are you leaving halfway through?
I'm here for the full summer. That's the plan. I think that, when I was offered, I was like, do you want to be here for the whole summer? And I was like, I want to get all the pitching opportunities that I can get, Luckily enough to be in a starting role, so that's a lot of fun. So I'm having a great time so far.
Absolutely. Do you know when you're going to be on the mound next yet from head coach Justin Scott?
I think the current plan is our opener at Fremont because we play a 3-game series here, and then we have 2 games off. So I think that I'm in line to be the starting pitcher for that first game.
All right, well, you'll be able to catch Russell Peterson in that game against the Fremont Moo, a team who you haven't faced yet. Part of the fun part about summer ball, have you ever been to this area of the country before,
No.
South Dakota, Wyoming?
No, I have not.
Are you looking forward to that or sort of worried about that?
No, it's cool. I'm from the Northwest. I've grew up in Oregon and go to school in Eastern Washington, so I've traveled to the East Coast, but never really been in. Does this count as the Midwest? Is this the Midwest?
Yeah, I guess Midwest, Central.
High mountains, something like that.
Call it whatever you want.
No, it's a lot of fun. I think it's cool to experience a different part of the country, and staying with the host families, a new experience. That's a lot of fun. And never been to Fremont, Nebraska. That'll be cool. So excited for that.
We get to travel across South Dakota, Wyoming, Nebraska here as Moy tries to get out of this half inning. Ball and 2 strikes here on Brinkley Evans, and he gets him looking to end the inning. The Sasquatch bring home 4 runs as Russell Peterson does a great job in the booth, but also spurs on the offense clearly on the field. Lane Syme with a 2-run home run. Sasquatch will carry an 8-2 lead into the 6th inning. Russell, thanks so much for joining us up here in the booth. Hope to have you on maybe another time.
Yeah.
Keep pitching well on the mound. And
thank you.
Keep winning some games with the Sasquatch.
Appreciate you just having me up here more often. We scored a lot of runs.
Absolutely. I think we will have to. We'll take a break here when we come back. Spuds coming to bat in the 6th.
Thank you.
I wanna shout out to the world so they know my sweet baby loves me so. She got me going, yeah, she turns me on. And she loves me, yeah, she loves me, and it blows my mind.
Hey, nice try.
Yeah, it blows my mind. She's my lover.
Do you know the locals' choice for gaming excitement? It's the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort. With new games arriving every month, our selection of slot machines is the freshest in town. You can always find a game with our card tables open 24 hours a day. And parking is free and easy at the Lodge, with the area's largest free parking only steps away from our front door. Enjoy spacious and comfortable gaming at the Lodge at Deadwood, the locals' choice.
As you can see, it's Bark in the Park night. The dogs are out here at the ballpark, getting some happy pets from the fans who brought their doggos to the park. Wonderful afternoon, now evening for baseball. Again, a massive thank you to Russell Peterson for joining us up in the booth. In the bottom of the 5th inning, Sasquatch offense getting the job done here today with 4 runs in that half inning. 2 of them coming off the home run by Lane Syme. As the Sasquatch will carry an 8-2 lead here into the 6th inning, where Cade Bleeker is still on the mound. 1-1 pitch is hit hard out to center field. Going back is Green, and it is over his head and up against the wall. Headed for second is Josh Phillips, and he will coast in safely with a double. A homer and a double for Josh Phillips, who's hit the ball hard here today. Trying to get some offense going here for the Spuds. Find themselves trailing the Sasquatch. Unfamiliar territory after the first 4 games of the season went in their favor. A sweep over the Sasquatch to begin the season. The Spuds were supposed to play 2 games in Fremont, but they both got canceled due to weather. So the Spuds enter as a perfect 4-0. Sasquatch looking to hand them their first loss of the season. First pitch drops in there for a strike. 0-1 the count here on Dylan Schlotterbeck, as we're right in the middle of the order here for the Spuds. 4th hitter Dylan Schlotterbeck at the plate. Oh, 1 swing and a miss. 0-2 here on Schlotterbeck, who flew out his first time up and then tripled in the 4th inning. 0-2 here, the count on Schlotterbeck. As Cade Bleeker looks to work through a 6th inning. Efficient so far, 71 pitches. Drops down low there, 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Get another look at the dog. Isn't that just a wonderful sight? 2 dogs here at the ballpark. 2, 3, 4, how many we got there? Beautiful to see the dogs here enjoying some baseball with their families here at the stadium. 1-2 misses outside, staying at second base on the pitch in the dirt. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Here with nobody out in the top of the 6th inning. Bleeker's 2-2. Is hit hard but foul. Way out in front of it was Schlotterbeck as he hammers it into the street out in left field. Believe it was Jordan Bowman who was getting loose. Has stopped throwing and now is in the dugout. Cole Krieber is jogging out now to the bullpen as well. Colin Anderson seems to be stretching. Could see some of those guys here today. Bowman not batting in the order. 2-2 again, way out in front of it, but again hit hard and foul. Do it again here, 2-2. .7:30 here at the stadium as the sun starting to go down, weather starting to cool off. Just a gorgeous evening for baseball here at Black Hills Energy Stadium. The fans enjoying the show. The Sasquatch trying to give them another victory, a 3rd in 4 days. Breaking ball this time is fouled away as Schlotterbeck was late on the curveball. Could be the last batter of the game for Bleeker with the longer at-bats coming across the 5th and now 6th inning as Bleeker's up to 77 pitches. Here's the 2-2. That's upstairs, full count. Sasquatch bench was hoping for strike 3. Bleeker has not really needed to go to the strikeout in this game. Only 1 strikeout in 5 innings. Working now 5+ as he's allowed 4 hits, 2 runs, just 1 earned, and 1 walk. Full count pitch misses upstairs. Schlotterbeck will leave it and reach on the walk. A double and a walk to begin this half inning. As Justice Scott will head out to the mound, and the night is done for Cade Bleeker. Sasquatch will go to their bullpen as Bleeker gives him 5 strong innings, tries to work in the 6th, but back-to-back base runners will end his night. Jordan Bowman, I believe, is the new pitcher. We'll talk about him when we come back here, top of the 6th, Sasquatch on top, 8-2.
We're all going somewhere, going higher, faster, farther, going in new directions, to new places. At Monument Health, we keep going so you can keep going. We're dedicated to advanced orthopedic care with the latest innovations, technology, expertise, and treatment. So keep exploring, keep making memories, keep going with Monument Health as your partner. Learn more at monument.health/orthopedics.
New games every month at the Lodge. We are constantly updating our gaming floor with the latest fun games to keep our guests entertained with new games every month. For the freshest selection of slot machines in town, make the Lodge at Deadwood your gaming destination. The locals' choice for gaming excitement with the newest games is the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort. Newest games is at the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort. When you're looking for the latest and greatest games, the Lodge is the place for you, as we are constantly updating our gaming floor with new and exciting games. There's always something fresh and fun at the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort, your home for the newest games. Fans, take your sports wagering experience to the next level at Bet Lodge Sportsbook, the premier sports betting venue in South Dakota. Surrounded by luxury seating, our massive 42-foot seamless video wall is the largest in the area, displaying all of your favorite NFL and college football. Place your bets with our sports desk personnel or visit our easy-to-use betting kiosk 24 hours a day. The best place to touch down and catch the game is at Bet Lodge Sportsbook, located inside the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort.
Jordan Bowman on the mound. He will come in to replace Cade Bridges, who goes 5+. Pardon me, Cade Bleeker goes 5+. 2 walks, 4 hits allowed, 1 strikeout, and 2 runs in, only 1 earned. 2 runners on base are his responsibility. And Jordan Bowman is the new arm out of the bullpen, a face that the Spuds saw twice to open the season. He got the start on the first game of the year with some familiarity to head coach Justice Scott out of Cerro Soso Community College. Gave up 1 earned run in 1 2/3 innings, allowed 3 total runs. And then his second outing faced just 2 batters on May 26th. Pitched an inning, got a strikeout, did not allow a run. And last pitched against the Oahe Zap on May 28th, where he got the save in that game. Catches the corner on the 2-0 pitch to get back in the count here against Matt Marsick. Josh Phillips led off the inning with a double, and then Dylan Schlotterbeck walked. Both of those against Bleeker. This one's up the middle, and that's through for a base hit off the bat of Marsick. Rounding third and headed for home is Phillips. Throw from center field from Green is not in time. Phillips will score on the RBI single by Matt Marsick. And the Spuds tack on another run to cut the deficit. It's 8-3 now in favor of the Sasquatch. That run charged against Bleeker. So first and second now the count, or sorry, first and second the situation here with Bowman on the mound. And a first pitch misses, ball 1. Casper Spuds looking to cut the deficit and put up a big half inning here. Spuds have some loosening going on in the bullpen as Moy has been the pitcher the last couple innings since coming in for Jason Fink. Bowman falls behind here 2-0. We've seen from time to time pitchers out of the bullpen struggle with command. Bowman has walked 6 batters and hit 4 through the first 5 2/3 innings of the season. And he misses on 2-0 to make it 3 balls and no strikes here on Chase Burke. Waiting on deck is the DH Kenny Jackson. .3-0 drops in there. Count goes to 3-1. Sasquatch looking for a double play here, leading by 5, top of the 6th. Grounded to first. Finn will underhand toss to Bowman. Going to be a close play at first, and it's in time. Man, just barely beat Chase Burke, who was hustling hard down the line. And Bowman able to cover the bag in time. Marsick moves to second. Schlotterbeck to third. And 2 runners in scoring position now for Kenny Jackson. So Jackson, a fly out his first time up, a pop out his second in the 5th. Up for a third time here with 2 in scoring position. First pitch, swing and a miss on a pitch down low. 0-1 the count here on Jackson. Bottom third of the order now coming to the plate as Jackson's in the 7th spot in the order. Spuds threatening to cut back the deficit. The Sasquatch put up 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. The latter 2 coming off a 2-run shot by Lane Syme for his 2nd home run of the season. But the Spuds trying to answer back here. Stay in this game. Kenny Jackson calls time. Ahead of a 1-1. Outfield shading Jackson to pull a little bit towards right field as Green is a couple steps over to his left from center field. Shading towards right. 1-1. Swing and a miss on a pitch upstairs. 1-2 now the count. Bowman trying to strand a pair. The runner at third, Schlotterbeck, is Bleeker's responsibility. 1-2 hit in the air to left field. We'll see if they try to tag up. Rakes comes in to make the catch. Trying to tag from third is Schlotterbeck. The throw to the plate is not in time. It's a sac fly for Kenny Jackson. And they tack on 2 now here in the 6th. Cut the lead to just 4 for the Sasquatch. It's an 8-4 game. So both of those runs will be charged against Bleecker, who unfortunately now will be tagged for 4 runs, 3 of them earned. And a really great outing for him. Was a lot better than those numbers say. Allowing just 4 hits in 5 innings. Now with 2 away here in the 6th, it's Chandler Stocking at the plate. And he gets one in off the hands. Bachman will have to charge in from second. The throw to first is in time to get Stocking. And that will end the inning. Spuds answer back for 2 in the top of the 6th. Sasquatch still lead this one by 4. We're back in a moment here on Spearfish Sasquatch YouTube.
My favorite thing about Macero's, it's the staff. The culture is unlike anything I've ever experienced.
Spot On has greatly reduced the time our managers spend on scheduling. The biggest advantage is its tip management. At a touch of a button, it instantly allocates tip pooling and tip splitting.
Our employees love it that as soon as we've done the tip distribution, they can see what they made yesterday. It's real straightforward. What you see is what you get, and that's what you want working in a restaurant. And with Spot On, you've got everything there at the tip of your fingers. Thing about Macero's, it's the staff. The culture is unlike anything I've ever experienced.
Spot On has greatly reduced the time our managers spend on scheduling. The biggest advantage is its tip management. At a touch of a button, it instantly allocates tip pooling and tip splitting.
Our employees love it that as soon as we've done the tip distribution, they can see what they made yesterday. It's real straightforward. What you see is what you get, and that's what you want working in a restaurant. And with Spot On, you've got everything there at the tip of your fingers.
Micah Coleman leads off the bottom of the 6th inning, 9-1-2 in the Sasquatch order. Going up against Hamilton Moy, who's still out there for the Spuds. Trying to get them through these middle to latter innings. 0-1 is fouled away. Take another score update look around the ILB while we have a moment. Hastings Sodbusters currently lead the Nebraska Prospects 7-1. That game is in the 7th inning. And then the Moo and Zap still in progress. The top of the 6th inning, the Zap now lead this one 6-1. This ball is up the middle and a base hit off the bat of Micah Coleman, his first hit of the game. And he leads off the 6th inning with a base hit. Well, fans, come out tomorrow night for Teacher Appreciation Night here on June 2nd at the ballpark. First pitch not at 6:05, instead it'll be at 4:05, but we hope to see you at the ballpark for that promotion, as we'll be celebrating the wonderful teachers here in Spearfish, the second of 3 games between the Spuds and the Sasquatch. Meeting on the mound, an arm coming out of the bullpen, and the night is done for Hamilton Moy. After a leadoff base hit by Micah Coleman, Moy departs, new pitcher in. Sasquatch will come to the plate once again in the bottom of the 6th when we come back.
New games every month at the Lodge. We are constantly updating our gaming floor with the latest fun games to keep our guests entertained with new games every month. For the freshest selection of slot machines in town, make the Lodge at Deadwood your gaming destination. The locals' choice for gaming excitement with the newest games is the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort. Newest games is at the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort. When you're looking for the latest and greatest games, the Lodge is the place for you, as we are constantly updating our gaming floor with new and exciting games. There's always something fresh and fun at the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort, your home for the newest games.
When you venture to Spearfish in the Black Hills of South Dakota, you'll find rugged hiking and biking trails, extreme rock climbs, and views that will take your breath away. Plan a Spearfish vacation and come find your adventure. Spearfish, my great place in South Dakota.
With the area's only ROSA robot, Monument Health offers a more personalized and precise procedure, customized for your anatomy. Get going with Monument Health, your partner for advanced orthopedic care. We keep going so you can keep going. With advanced orthopedic care, technology, innovations, and treatment. So keep exploring, keep making memories, keep going with Monument Health as your partner.
Armani Nipper in the game as he takes over from Hamilton Moy. He will deal with the top of the Sasquatch lineup. Ryan Bachman, Ben Green, Patrick Rakes. The next three due up. Bachman goes after the first pitch and grounds it off the glove of Flat at third. And the ball trickles into left field. A base hit for Ryan Bachman, who's 2 for 4 on the day. Micah Coleman will go to second. First and second, nobody out. And Ben Green will come up to the plate. Defensive change as well for the Spuds, as Stone Vasic will take over behind the plate, replacing Parker Birch behind the dish, catching Nipper. The Sasquatch now up to 11 hits on the game. 8 runs on 11 hits to the Spuds 4 on 5 hits, as Ben Green will pull back a bunt attempt and take strike one. Green, another strong day at the plate after yesterday where he was 3 for 3, reached base 5 times. Today he is 2 for 3. So make him 5 for his last 6 over the past 2 days. 0-1 on the outside corner as Phillips and Flat were both creeping in from first and third respectively, looking for another bunt attempt. None from Green there. They'll both back off here now with 2 strikes. Nipper a long time. Now he comes home. And it's fouled away by Green. Sasquatch threatening to extend the lead here in the 7th. As a breaking ball catches the outside corner. Nice pitch from Nipper to retire Green for out number 1 here in the 6th. Brings up Patrick Rakes for a 4th time. It will not be Patrick Rakes, actually. Braden Gastisha will pinch hit. He goes after the first pitch and fouls it right back to the screen. Castisha takes over for Rakes, who had reached base in 2 of 3 tries. An RBI, a walk, and a fielder's choice is how Rakes will end his day. Also scored a run as this pitch is in the dirt. Bassett can't find it. It goes towards the Sasquatch dugout. Both runners are going to advance on the wild pitch. Coleman will go to third. Bachman goes to second. The Sasquatch with 2 more in scoring position here, and Castisha at the plate looking to do some damage. Castisha got the night off in yesterday's game. In fact, he got the night off the day. Nope, pardon me, just last night's game. Played in game 2 against the Prospects, went 0 for 4 in that day. 1-1 sails inside, and that's going to get to the backstop. Charging from third, and in there safely is Coleman. As it's wild pitches on back-to-back pitches. Bachman will go to third as well. Run comes in to score on the wild pitch. This is Project Rakes at the plate. It is not Braden Castisha. So scratch that. It was not Castisha who was pinch hitting. They're going to say it hit him. That was going to make Micah Coleman go back to third. And Ryan Bachman will have to go back to second, and it will load the bases. So Rakes is now at first. Bachman at second. Micah Coleman at third, and the bases loaded with 1 out. And Seth Nelson coming to the plate. Sasquatch have scored in all but 1 inning in this game. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third. None in the fourth, 4 in the fifth. And I guess now technically they haven't scored yet in the 6th inning. Threatening to do so here now with the bases loaded and 1 out. Up and away. Ball and a strike. So 8-4 is still your score. Nelson trying to tack on to the Sasquatch lead. 1-1. Up and away. 2-1. Right in the middle of the Sasquatch order, cleanup hitter Seth Nelson at the plate, who's been productive in 2 of 3 tries, an RBI sac fly in the 3rd, single and scored a run his last time up in the 5th. Pitch in there for a strike, 2-2. So the lefty Nelson put up a strong summer for the Sasquatch last year, decided to come back, run it back in 2024. On a 2-2. Swings and misses. And Nelson goes down on strikes. Second strikeout of the inning for Nipper, and the bases are going to stay loaded now with 2 away. And Kyle Finn coming up. So Nelson can't get the job done with the bases loaded, as the Sasquatch have been able to play small ball when they needed it and able to tack on runs as opposed to leave runners on base, as that ball goes just inside on Kyle Finn. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Finn, 3 good at-bats today. A walk in the 2nd, a single in the 3rd, and an RBI single in the 5th. Has scored 2 runs, driven in 1. Out of that 5 spot in the order. 1-1 is fouled off his foot. Ball and 2 strikes. Sasquatch have only left 4 runners on base in this game. A wide difference to the over 40 that they left off in the 4-game set against the Spuds in the first 4 games of the year. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here on Kyle Finn. Pitch. Drops in there for strike 3. A nice looking pitch from Armani Nipper, who strikes out 3 in the inning. And after a hit by pitch took off the run from Micah Coleman, Sasquatch will have to settle with a 0 in the home half of the 6th and take an 8-4 lead into the 7th.
Jet Rogers at Peak Family Chiropractic and Sports Performance.
We all take different paths in life. That's why we utilize multiple different treatments here at Peak. Our main treatment is our high-level chiropractic adjustment, but we also emphasize the use of cupping, scraping, vibration massage, trigger point therapy, and active care to promote movement, strength, mobility, and most of all, pain relief. Why travel to multiple locations when you can have total wellness under one roof? Stop in today and let's get you to your peak.
Pitch in the dirt on Stone Vasic, who gets his first at bat of the game after coming in defensively in the bottom of the 6th, I should say. He will get his first swings against Jordan Bowman, out for a full inning after he came in out of the pen in relief of Bleeker. Got all 3 outs in the 6th, and now he'll work in the 7th. Sasquatch in the middle of a long home series. They have not had a day off since beginning the season. They played 4 straight in Casper. Then they played the scrimmage against Legion post 164 here at the ballpark. Went on the road in Oahe. And now this is game 4 of 6 at home. Took 2 out of 3 from Nebraska. Looking to take the first game here against Casper and improve to 4-5, get back to just 1 game under 500 here on this early going of the season. With that being said, the use of the bullpen will be so crucial. A great start from Russell Peterson last night, going 5 strong innings, allowed them to only use 3 arms yesterday. Peterson, Bridges, and Bobo combined to get the win. Now today, Cade Bleeker goes 5 innings. And you've got Jordan Bowman in the ballgame, who has a chance to go into the 8th inning. Perhaps if he can finish strong, Sasquatch could only use him to get the job done and come away with the win. Bowman unhappy with the call there. Pitch was inside, says home plate umpire Josh Henwood. And a leadoff walk issued by Bowman. Stone Vasic is aboard. And now the top of the lineup for Casper. Elijah Reeves will dig in. And the other side of things for Casper, as mentioned a couple times, this is just their 5th game of the season because of the rain out in Fremont canceling those games. The only team they've seen is Spearfish, beating them all 4 times to open the season. Sasquatch looking to change the narrative today with a win. 1-0 here to Reeves. In on the hands. Tate able to backhand it. Go to second for 1. On to first. Not in time. Reeves reaches on a fielder's choice. He's aboard for the 2nd time in 4 at-bats. Vasic out on the bases. And 1 away here in the 7th. Sasquatch still holding on to a 4-run lead as they have out-hit the Spuds by a pretty wide margin here today. 4 runs on 5 hits for Casper, 8 runs on 11 hits for Spearfish. This pitch is in the dirt. Greaves got a great look and a great read on that ball as it skipped in front of Brinkley Evans behind the plate. He'll advance to second, and now he's in scoring position. Jordan Bowman will tie his shoe, and as he does so, Brinkley Evans will trot out to the mound. Quick few words exchanged, and then he'll head back. Middle of this Spuds order, which has done pretty much all the damage today. The man on deck has done a lot of it. Josh Phillips, his solo home run opened the scoring for Casper. Pitch again in the dirt. Reeves this time will stay put at second. The last thing you want to see here is balls out of the hands of Bowman. With a 4-run lead to protect, you want him to come after the Spuds hitters in danger of walking flat here. 2-0 inside, 3-0. Trying to get that inside corner, but just missing on that inner part of the plate. So 3-0 to Wesley Flat as Josh Phillips, as mentioned earlier, he stands on deck. 3-0 right down the middle. Bowman gets back in the count. No action in the Sasquatch bullpen. Bowman has thrown 26 pitches now since coming into the game. 3-1. Breaking ball fouled away. See Bowman mostly a 2-pitch pitcher. Fastball and the slider. Went back to the off-speed, the slider there to get the foul ball. Make it a full count. Here's 3-2. In on the hands and fouled away. We'll do it again here, full count. Stone Vasic began the half inning with a walk. Elijah Reeves reached on a fielder's choice and advanced to second on a pitch in the dirt. There's Bowman's 3-2. Again fouled away by Wesley Flat. Flat does not go down without a fight at the dish, as he has been one of the better hitters so far for the Spuds, though today he's been held without a hit, has not reached base, was entering today 8 for 14, 571 batting average was best on the team, as well as 4 walks gave him a 700 on base percentage entering today through the first 4 games, all against Spearfish. Today, 2 groundouts and a flyout on his line as Bowman hoping for a strikeout and hoping to set Flat down for a 4th time. Had a brief conversation, so they have a pitch they want to go to. Wesley Flat calls time, so we'll have to wait to see it. We'll see what Bowman goes to on the 3-2. The pitch is grounded to short. Coleman takes a funny hop on him. The ball skips to Bachman, but he'll have no play. That ground ball just ate up Coleman at short. We'll see what they score it. Reaching either way is Wesley Flat. They're going to call it an error on Coleman. That'll put runners at first and third. Reeves at third. Flat at first. The second error committed by Spearfish. And now Josh Phillips at the plate. A homer and a double that skipped up against the wall in dead center fields, as Phillips has hit the ball hard today. Takes strike 1 on the corner. With Phillips's power, a big at-bat here for the first baseman, as one swing of the bat could make this a 1-run ball game. Wesley Flat has some speed off first, and he takes off for second. The pitch is upstairs. Evans will eat it and allow Flat to steal second. Runners now on second and third with 1 away. as the Sasquatch will try to navigate this back end of the bullpen. Spuds down to just 8 outs to work with, but threatening to come back here in the top of the 7th inning. With power at the plate, speed on the bases. 1-1 misses. 2-1 now the count on Phillips. We've seen a home run on either side in this game. The two guys that already had home runs for these teams. Josh Phillips hits his 3rd of the year. Lane Syme hit his his 2nd of the year for the Sasquatch. As the slider drifts too far inside. 3 balls and 1 strike here on Phillips. As the tying run, Dylan Schlotterbeck waits on deck. Tate a little bit in on the third base side, only a couple steps back of the grass. Finn very deep at first. And the 3-1 pitch is in the dirt, and Phillips draws a walk. The bases are loaded with 1 out and the tying run coming up here in the top of the 7th inning. And it'll be Dylan Schlotterbeck. Schlotterbeck flew out in the 2nd, tripled in the 4th, and walked and scored a run in the 6th. Aiden Torpy is the arm getting loose in the Sasquatch bullpen. Sun setting on the first base side as the Sasquatch try to hold on here in the 7th. Bowman comes home and drops in a slider for strike 1. Walk, fielder's choice, error, walk. The first 4 batters of the inning. Started off with the 9-hole hitter, Stone Vasic. Now it's cleanup man Dylan Schlotterbeck at the plate. 0-1 the count. Bowman's pitch goes back to the slider and gets another strike on the inside corner. Quickly, 0-2. Middle infield at double play depth. Kyle Finn behind Josh Phillips at first. Tate even with the bag at 3rd. 0-2. Popped up on the infield. This ball's drifting towards the third base dugout. Tate and Evans both coming together, and it's Brinkley Evans who makes the play right in front of the screen to retire Schlotterbeck for out number 2. A nice play by Evans as he and Tate bumped into each other, but it's Brinkley Evans who's able to hold on and make the play. And now it is Matt Marsick who comes to the plate in a big spot here in the 7th. 2 outs, bases loaded, 4-run game in favor of Spearfish. Marsick an RBI single his last time up in the 6th. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Pitch misses upstairs. Marsick has some power. He hit a homer in the series against Spearfish as well. So he could tie the game up with 1 swing of the bat. We've seen him use that power already. Here's the 1-0. In the dirt, blocked by Evans. Runners have to stay put, and it's 2-0 on Marsick. Elijah Reeves stands at 3rd. Wesley Flatt is at 2nd. Josh Phillips is at 1st. Top of the 7th inning, Jordan Bowman trying to put up a 0. Pitch is grounded to 2nd. Bachman takes a crazy hop on him and skips off his chest into right field. 1 run's going to score. 2 runs are going to score as the throw comes into the infield. Bachman down on his knees as that ball took a funky hop on Bachman. No chance for him to make the play on that, as Matt Marsick benefits off a ball skipping off the dirt. Elijah Reeves and Wesley Flatt both come in to score. The day is done for Jordan Bowman. Aiden Torpy is going to come into the game. It's an 8-6 ball game, and the Sasquatch looking for 1 more out here in the 7th when we return.
Road trips are measured in miles of uncontrollable laughter, comfortable silence, and new memories. And for 50 years, Super 8 has been there for wherever your journey takes you. So when the open road calls for a good night's rest, you can depend on Super 8's modern rooms at over 2,000 locations. Plus, earn Wyndham Rewards points for every stay. Super 8, one of 24 trusted brands by Wyndham. See you on the road.
Take your sports wagering experience to the next level at BetLodge Sportsbook, the premier sports betting venue in South Dakota. Surrounded by luxury seating, our massive 42-foot seamless video wall is the largest in the area, displaying all of your favorite NFL and college football. Place your bets with our sports desk personnel or visit our easy-to-use betting kiosk 24 hours a day. The best place to touch down and catch the game is at BetLodge Sportsbook, located inside the lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort.
Aiden Torpy in the game in a big spot here for the Sasquatch, just his second outing of the summer. Coming into the game with runners on the corners, 2 outs, and the Sasquatch holding on to a now 8-6 lead. Here in the top of the 7th, Torpy facing Chase Burke. Misses on the first pitch. Torpy was impressive in his first outing against the Nebraska Prospects, went 2 2/3 innings pitched, allowed 4 hits, 1 run. Struck out a batter, did not issue a free pass. Sidearm pitcher will pick off at first. Back in time is Matt Marsick. Marsick reached on a single on a hard hit ball to second base that just ate up Ryan Bachman. Here's the 1-0, runner takes off, pitches down low. Evans will throw down to second, and it's going to get into center field. Scoring from third now is Phillips, and headed for third is Matt Marsick, and the tying run now stands at third after Evans threw that ball into center field. A double steal. And the score is now 8-7. Sasquatch in front. That run will be charged against Bowman, who began this inning. Chase Burke is the 7th man to be sent to the box for Casper, and he's ahead in the count here 3-0 as Torpy's missed with 3 straight. Kenny Jackson, the DH, is on deck. .3-0 from Torpy, taking the whole way, and he puts strike 1 on the board here against Burke. Burke is 0 for 3. Pop out, fly out, ground out. Trying to change it with a single here to tie the game. Swing and a miss. Tied him up on the pitch inside. The count goes full. 3 runs in the 7th inning for the Spuds. They now trail by just 1. 8-7 the score. Aiden Torpy on the mound. Here's his pitch, and it's fouled away. Burke stays alive. Nail-biting time in this half inning for the Sasquatch. Looked like they had a comfortable lead, 8-2. Has seen it folded now 8-7. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on Chase Burke, and Aiden Torpy gets the job done to keep the Sasquatch in front. Big strikeout leaves a runner stranded at third. The Sasquatch will carry an 8-7 lead here into the stretch time here at the ballpark.
So they know my sweet baby loves me so. She got me going, yeah, she turns me on.
strike. Nice strike.
Yeah, it blows my mind. She's my lover.
Somewhere, going higher, faster, farther, going in new directions to new places. At Monument Health, we keep going so you can keep going. We're dedicated to advanced orthopedic care with the latest innovations, technology, expertise, and treatment. So keep exploring, keep making memories, keep going with Monument Health as your partner. Learn more at monument.health/orthopedics.
Road trips are measured in miles of uncontrollable laughter, comfortable silence, and new memories. And for 50 years, Super 8 has been there for wherever your journey takes you. So when the open road calls for a good night's rest, you can depend on Super 8's modern rooms at over 2,000 locations. Plus, earn Wyndham Rewards points for every stay. Super 8, one of 24 trusted brands by Wyndham. See you on the road.
So the Sasquatch had a 4-2 lead heading into the top of the 6th inning, but 5 unanswered runs by the Spuds have made it an 8-7 ball game as we get set here for the bottom of the 7th. It is Ben Tate who leads it off. Tate, Syme, Evans, 6, 7, 8 in the order, going up against Armani Nipper, who is out for another half inning. 0-1. Bounced in the dirt. Ball and a strike. See a bit of a funky delivering from Nipper as he sort of twists his body, shows you his numbers if you're a batter. Trying to create some deception out of the hands. Here's his 1-1. And Tate skies it into right field. Going to be a long run there from Marsick, but he drifts over towards the line to make the catch and put it away. For the first out here in the home half of the 7th. That'll bring up Lane Syme. Syme has not had a lot of hits this season, but 2 of them have gone over the fence as he hit one out to left center field that Elijah Reeves came very nearly close to bringing back. Just went over the wall out in left center field, right towards the flags out there. Syme takes a big cut, the first offering from Nipper. That 2-run home run gave the Sasquatch the 8-2 lead that they've seen shrink down to just 1 run now. Still 6 outs to go for the pitchers. Another arm getting loose in the bullpen if Aiden Torpy doesn't come back out. Torpy threw just 7 pitches. To finish off the top of the 7th. 0-2 Syme fouls it away. He'll stay alive. Sasquatch got some great late inning relief from Elijah Bobo. Each of the past 2 days, he went an inning and 2/3 in the second game against the Nebraska Prospects. Didn't allow a run, and then last night got the save as well, pitching the final 3 innings. Again, did not allow a run, held on for the 9-6 win. Here's the 0-2. Syme pulls it foul, stays alive. Syme RBI single, ground out, and that 2-run home run. So he's brought in 3 and is 2 for 3 on the day. Oh, 2. In there for strike 3. Clips the top part of the zone on Syme. 2 up, 2 down on the right fielder now. Brings up Brinkley Evans, the catcher. Evans got his first hit of the summer in the 4th inning on a bunt single. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Drove in a run with a sac fly as well. Trying to extend the 7th inning, he fouls the first pitch off. The Sasquatch have not been retired in order yet this game. Going back, in case you missed the beginning of this game, starter for the Sasquatch, Cade Bleeker, retired the first 11 batters he faced in order. It was perfect until the home run by Josh Phillips started the scoring for Casper. 0-1 outside. Count even here on Evans. Action as well in the Casper Spuds bullpen as the throwing has now stopped in the Sasquatch side of things. Evans in the air to right field. Marsick will make the catch to end the half inning. So for the first time today, the Sasquatch do go down in order 1, 2, 3. Headed to the 8th here on Spearfish Sasquatch YouTube with the Sasquatch still leading 8-7.
Spot-on teamwork saves me so much time. I haven't spent a single minute in my back office this week. Teamwork simplifies employee communications, scheduling, tip-outs, and payroll. It even syncs with my POS, so I know my data is accurate. All right, tips are out. In fact, teamwork has saved me so much time, I was able to take today off to film this.
Cut! Now remember, you really hate that back office.
When you venture to spearfish in the Black Hills of South Dakota, you'll find rugged hiking and biking trails, extreme rock climbs, and views that will take your breath away. Plan a spearfish vacation and come find your adventure. Spearfish, my great place in South Dakota.
Spuds coming back up. As it's 7-8-9 in the order, Kenny Jackson will lead it off against Aiden Torpy, who's looking to deliver a shutdown inning here in the top of the 8th. Just 6 outs to go for the Sasquatch to get their first win against the Spuds this season and improve to 4-5. Inside 2-0. Jackson is 0 for 2, though he does have a sac fly. Brought home a run in the 6th as part of the 2-run inning in the 6th. Spuds then brought home 3 more in the 7th. Final line as well for Jordan Bowman. First pitcher out of the bullpen before Torpy. He goes an inning and 2/3. Gives up 3 runs, though none earned. Grounded to short, Coleman. Strong throw across the diamonds in time to retire Jackson for the first out in the 8th. Brings up Chandler Stocking. With 1 away, Stocking is 0 for 2. A walk and a run scored in this game so far as well. That pitch is in there for a strike. There was action in the Sasquatch bullpen. It looked like it was Javier Marcial who was warming up. He's now sat down, though he just now gets back on the mound and appears that he might be throwing once again. Action has quieted on the Spud side of things as well. Marcial has gotten back on the mound and looks to begin throwing. Although I just watched him throw a pitch and it was very unserious with a funky windup So either he's getting himself in the right mindset or he's not really coming into this game. Swing and a miss. Stalking down on strikes. 2 quick outs here to begin the 8th inning for Aiden Torpy, who at this rate looks to be the guy who could try to close this one out, finish these final 3 frames. 9th spot in the order, which was once Parker Birch. He was the starting catcher. Now it's Stone Vasic, and he grounds one to Torpy. A very quick top of the 8th inning. 1-2-3. Aiden Torpy gets the job done. Spuds are down to their final 3 outs. Potentially the last swings coming up for the Sasquatch as they try to extend this lead. 8-7 the score, headed to the bottom of the 8th.
Somewhere, going higher, faster, farther, going in new directions to new places. At Monument Health, we keep going so you can keep going. We're dedicated to advanced orthopedic care with the latest innovations, technology, expertise, and treatment. So keep exploring, keep making memories, keep going with Monument Health as your partner. Learn more at monument.health/orthopedics.
So they know my sweet baby loves me so. She got me going, yeah, she turns me on. And she loves me, yeah, she loves me, and it blows my mind.
Hey, nice strike.
Yeah, it blows my mind. She's my lover.
To add on here in the bottom of the 8th inning, it's 9-1-2 in the order. Micah Coleman, Ryan Bachman, Ben Green. 9-1-2 in the dirt. First pitch ball out of the hands of Armani Nipper. Coleman is 1 for 3 on the day, a single strikeout and ground out on his line. One-0 swung on and missed. Count goes to 1-1. Sasquatch looking to secure this win, improve to 4-5 on the year, and hand the Spuds their first loss. Drop them to 4-1. 1-1, cut on and missed once again. 1-2. Our final look around the ILB before this game ends, assuming this doesn't go 12 or more innings. 7-3 the final out in Hastings as the Sodbusters defeat the Prospects. Here's the 1-2, fouled away. And then the Zap and the Moo. 6-2 is the score there. The Zap in front. That game's in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Moo are up to bat, trying to mount a comeback in that game as the Oahe Zap are looking to grab their second win of the season off to a tough 1-6 start. Inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 down low, full count. Sasquatch no longer have everyone throwing in the bullpen, so it does appear that it will be Aiden Torpy who will try to finish the job and get the final 3 outs in this game in the top of the 9th inning. A look ahead, it is the top of the order coming up for the Spuds in the 9th as Coleman draws a walk. Insurance runs would be huge for Spearfish if they can tack on here in the 8th inning, trying to give Torpy a little bit of wiggle room. The top of the lineup has been good today for Casper. Ryan Bachman comes to the dish. Another good day at the plate for Bachman, who has singled and doubled 2 hits and 4 at-bats. Conversation on the mound between Vasic and Nipper. Coleman, decent speed on first. If the Sasquatch do try to get some action going on the base paths. First pitch to Bachman, he checks his swing. Appeal down to second. No swing, says the base umpire Steve Craze. Ball, no strikes here on Bachman as the sun has just about set here at the ballpark. Coleman dancing off first. Spuds dugout helping out Nipper, telling him to step off. He does. Coleman trying to time up the right-hander on the mound. Grounded to short. Going to be tough to turn two. They go to second for 1. On to first, it is not in time, as Phillips has trouble with the throw in the dirt. Bachman, it looks like, or at least it sounded like, he broke his bat on that ground ball to second. So he's going to reach on a fielder's choice. That's a really quick turn there of the middle infielders of Schlotterbeck and Stocking. Stocking just could not get enough on that throw to retire Bachman. Brings up Ben Green. Singled and tripled in this game as Bachman is back in safely. Head first dive at first. 2 for 4 day for Ben Green. Has 5 hits over these past 2 days. Something falling in the outfield forces Reeves to go retrieve it and toss it back over the wall. Good crowd here at the ballpark looking for a win for the Sasquatch as Green chops one weakly hit to the first base side. Phillips looks at second first, then tries to throw to first and is not going to get him in time. Bachman is going to hustle towards third. The throw to third is right on the money and in time. Bachman out at third trying to stretch it. A lot going on that play. We'll see what the scoring is on Ben Green. It's going to be an error at first base on Phillips. First error committed by the Spuds. He will reach. But Bachman is retired at third for the second out of the inning. And now Patrick Rakes takes inside for ball 1. 6th inning, Rakes was hit by a pitch a little bit funky, as initially it wasn't called a hit by pitch, which allowed Coleman to come in to score. It was the 9th run of the game, or so it seemed, and then they called it a hit by pitch, which then loaded the bases. And then back-to-back strikeouts ended that half inning and kept the Sasquatch from tacking on any more runs. They've been quiet ever since their 4-run 5th inning. Scored in the first 3 frames, had 4 in the 5th, and then Spuds looking for a third straight 0 across the 6th, 7th, and 8th, and then trying to come back with the top of their order due up in the 9th. One. Rakes gets under it and pops it right over our heads. Count goes to 1-2. RBI ground out, a walk, a fielder's choice, and the hit by pitch for Patrick Rakes today. With Ben Green at first. Green takes off, pitches upstairs, throw down to second is high and not in time. Green swipes second and moves into scoring position here now with 2 away. Rakes looking for his first hit of the game, trying to drive home Green. tack on an insurance run. Nipper comes set, now delivers. Outside, full count. Seth Nelson, Sasquatch DH, stands on deck. Big at-bat here between Rakes and Nipper. Home half of the 8th inning, Sasquatch leading this one by 1. Here's the 3-2, and it's fouled away. We'll do it again. Sasquatch with 8 runs on 11 hits. Spuds, 7 runs on 6 hits. Spuds have committed 1 error. The Sasquatch have committed 3. Three balls, 2 strikes. Patrick Rakes at the plate. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Rakes goes down on strikes to end the threat in the 8th. Sasquatch held without a run, and they'll head to the 9th inning, leading by 1. Sasquatch trying to close this one down when we return.
My bad.
New games every month at the Lodge. We are constantly updating our gaming floor with the latest fun games to keep our guests entertained with new games every month. For the freshest selection of slot machines in town, make the Lodge at Deadwood your gaming destination. The locals' choice for gaming excitement with the newest games is the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort.
Exactly who the Spuds want up, as they're going to have the top of the order at the plate here in the 9th. It's Reeves, Flat, and Phillips against Aiden Torpy. Reeves shows bunt and pulls it back. Takes ball 1. Aiden Torpy, in just his 2nd outing with the team, joined the team late. Now pitching in a big spot, trying to lock this game down and secure the win for the Sasquatch. Catches the zone there to make it 1-1. Cade Bleeker is in line for the win. As the Sasquatch struck first with a run in the bottom of the 1st, and they have not surrendered the lead since. On the other side of things, Jason Fink in line for the loss. This one's chopped to first, going to be a tough play. Finn makes the play, shovel to first. Torpy gets to the bag in time, as Reeves was running hard down the line. He scored 3-1 on the putout, and that is out number 1. Brings up Wesley Flat. Relatively quiet day for the bat that had been among the best to begin the season. 0 for 4, though he reached on an error, came around to score in the 7th inning. Spuds just looking for any sort of base runners here in the 9th as the pitch is upstairs. Ball and no strikes here on the 3rd baseman. After Flat, it's Josh Phillips, who already has a homer in this game. So regardless, they'll bring the tying run to the plate in the form of Phillips, or perhaps the go-ahead run with some power and a chance that one swing could be the difference. But first, Torpy's got to deal with Wesley Flat. Here's his 2-0. Sails outside. 3 balls and no strikes. You don't want to walk Flat here and bring Phillips up with a runner on base. Flat has some speed as well, already stole a base. Here's the 3-0. And that's inside. Some drama now in the 9th. As Flat draws a walk. Josh Phillips will take a slow walk to the plate. Wesley Flat, some speed at first if they decide to do it. Head coach Justice Scott telling his outfielders to shade back, and they do so way back as Rakes, Green, and Syme left to right in the outfield all go back. Nothing over their heads. Want everything in front of them. Trying to keep Flat from scoring the tying run. First pitch sails way outside. That's going to get to the backstop. A wild pitch from Aiden Torpy. Moves Flat to second base, and he's in scoring position as the Spuds bench comes to life. Cheering on Josh Phillips here in a big spot. Sasquatch lead it 8-7. Top 9, Aiden Torpy on the mound. Josh Phillips, who is 2 for 3 at the plate. Wesley Flat, the tying run on second. That's in there, strike one. After 5 straight balls. Strike from Torpy gets him back in the count. Looking ahead, Dylan Schlotterbeck, the cleanup hitter, is on deck. 1-1. Just goes outside. 2 balls and a strike now, the count. Infield relatively straight up. Coleman maybe a little bit towards the bag on the shortstop side. Playing right behind Flat at second. Again tries to go outside, and again he misses. Count goes to 3-1. Big pitch coming here. Does he give in and throw something over the middle for Phillips? Or does he try to go again to the corner and risk a walk? 3-1. Grounded and through the right side and into right field. Syme will come up throwing. Here's the throw to the plate. It is not in time. Gets all the way to the backstop. And going to second is Josh Phillips. A clutch RBI single has tied the game here in the 9th. It is 8-8. So Wesley Flat with some speed. As that ball snuck through the infield, Josh Phillips, a single, a double, a home run. Advances to second base on the throw. Now represents the tying run, standing at second. The Spuds look like they're going to send out a pinch runner. They do. Try to tell you who that is as soon as we can. Jogging out to second base is the pinch runner and tying run. Can't see who that was. So 8-8 now the score, top 9. Spuds already 1 run in. Looking to take their first lead of the game. Dylan Schlotterbeck is at the plate. And the first pitch is grounded. Torpy makes the play, and now they've got the runner hung up in a rundown. They go back to second. Still running him down. They're going to apply the tag. And a great play by Aiden Torpy on the mound. As he looks back the runner and gets him in a rundown. That's how they'll get the second out of the inning. As Aiden Torpy will look to try to hold on here and give the Sasquatch a chance to walk it off in the home half of the 9th. It's Seth Nelson, Kyle Finn, and Ben Tate. 3, 4, 5 in the order due up for the Sasquatch in the bottom of the 9th. Outside on the first offering to Matt Marsick. Marsick, a pair of RBI singles, both of them coming in each of his last 2 plate appearances. He's 2 for 4 on the day. Checking it first, and it's a close play, but back in time is Schlotterbeck. Aiden Torpy's already picked a runner off. He did so in his first outing with the Sasquatch. Almost had 2 in 2 outings. One ball, no strikes here on Marsick. Another check in at first, and Schlotterbeck once again back in safely. Sasquatch led ever since the bottom of the first inning where they scored their first run of the game in that home half of the first. Spuds have been playing from behind the whole time. And finally with one run here in the top of the ninth off of Aiden Torpy, courtesy of an RBI single by Josh Phillips. Sasquatch now find themselves tied, 8-8. Another check in at first. Schlotterbeck again in safely. Schlotterbeck does have speed at first base. This Casper Spuds team in general ran a lot in those first 4 games against the Sasquatch and were successful on every attempt. That carried into today as well. 2-0 pitch is jammed. Evans behind the plate will make the play and throw to first in time to retire Marsick. The damage is done. The Sasquatch are going to be tied at 8 heading into the bottom of the 9th inning. We'll see if the Sasquatch can walk it off with Nelson, Finn, and Tate coming up.
Do you know the locals' choice for gaming excitement? It's the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort. With new games arriving every month, our selection of slot machines is the freshest in town. You can always find a game with our card tables open 24 hours a day. And parking is free and easy at the Lodge, with the area's largest free parking only steps away from our front door. Enjoy spacious and comfortable gaming at the Lodge at Deadwood, the locals' choice.
By Macero's, it's the staff. The culture is unlike anything I've ever experienced.
Spot on. It has greatly reduced the time our managers spend on scheduling. The biggest advantage is its tip management. At a touch of a button, it instantly allocates tip pooling and tip splitting.
Our employees love it that as soon as we've done the tip distribution, they can see what they made yesterday. It's real straightforward. What you see is what you get, and that's what you want working in a restaurant. And with Spot On, you've got everything there at the tip of your fingers.
Somewhere, going higher, faster, farther, going in new directions, to new places. At Monument Health, we keep going so you can keep going. We're dedicated to advanced orthopedic care with the latest innovations, technology, expertise, and treatment. So keep exploring, keep making memories, keep going with Monument Health as your partner. Learn more at monument.health/orthopedics.
Jake Martinez is going to get the ball here to try to hold down the Sasquatch in the bottom of the 9th inning in a now tie game, 8-8. As Armani Nipper, if you want to give a player of the game here for the Spuds, either Josh Phillips or Armani Nipper, the line is done for Nipper. 3 innings, 5 strikeouts, 1 hit, 1 walk, did not allow a run. Gave the Spuds a chance to come back, and they did. They've scored the last 6 runs unanswered. And Jake Martinez is in the ballgame to try to send this game to extras. Martinez pitched twice against the Sasquatch in the opening series on May 25th and 26th. They combined 2 1/3 innings, allowed 2 runs across those 2 games, struck out 3, walked 1. Getting the ball here in the bottom of the 9th. It's Seth Nelson, Kyle Finn, and Ben Tate. And if they can extend it, Lane Syme would be the 4th guy due up. 2-0 the count here on Nelson. Swing and a miss on what probably would have been ball 3. Sasquatch looking for their first walk-off of the season. You saw the Spuds and Sasquatch locked in a close battle in the final game of the series. Game 4 with the Spuds tongue. Sasquatch were able to come back in a big way and force a close 9th inning. The Spuds ended up walking off on a wild pitch. 3-1. Nelson grounds one, and that's going to get through the left side. Past flat and into left fields. The go-ahead run, the winning run, now is on base in the form of Seth Nelson. As Nelson continues his strong return to the Sasquatch. Brings up Kyle Finn, a bat who's been a little bit quiet since the series against Nebraska, but still one of the Sasquatch best hitters this summer. Pair of singles, a walk, and a strikeout for Finn today. And he takes strike one. Martinez is the fourth arm being used by the Spuds today. Ahead of Finn here, 0-1. Nelson takes off for second. The pitch is down low, and Vasic could not get a grip on the ball. Nelson will swipe second base and now in scoring position. Well, Kyle Finn is not a guy that you would expect to be bunting the ball, but in a situation like this, we'll see if that's what head coach Justice Scott decides to do. A ball and a strike here on Finn. Doesn't bunt, and he misses 2 balls and 1 strike. Sasquatch have been able to manufacture runs, play a little bit of small ball today. I've talked about it a couple times already. The sac flies, limiting the guys left on base. This is the time they need to do it now. 2-1. That's inside, almost hits him. Count goes to 3-1. Ben Tate stands on deck. 3 balls, 1 strike. The winning run, Seth Nelson, is on second base. The bottom of the 9th, tied at 8. Pitch from Martinez. In there, full count. Finn has struck out a couple times already this season. Certainly a bat that Spuds can strike out. Martinez ahead with a 3-2. And Finn grounds it foul. Stay alive. Sasquatch led this game 4-0. Spuds came back with a pair of runs to make it 4-2. Sasquatch then tacked on 4. 8-2 ball game. The Spuds came all the way back to tie it in the top of the 9th. 3-2 pitch, he held up, and Kyle Finn takes ball 4. Sasquatch have first and second, nobody out here in the 9th. Brings up Ben Tate. Tate walked in the second inning, came around to score a run. He's been retired his last 3 at-bats. He's 0 for 3, and he will not face Jake Martinez, as the Spuds will go to the bullpen and bring in their 5th pitcher of the game. Tate will come to bat with first and second and nobody out when we return here on Spearfish Sasquatch YouTube. Don't go anywhere.
I wanna shout out to the world so they know my sweet baby loves me so. She got me going, yeah, she turns me on. She loves me, yeah, she loves me, and it blows my mind.
Hey, nice strike.
Yeah, it blows my mind. She's my lover.
The thing about Macero's, it's the staff. The culture is unlike anything I've ever experienced.
Spot on. It has greatly reduced the time our managers spend on scheduling. The biggest advantage is its tip management. At a touch of a button, it instantly allocates tip pooling and tip splitting.
Our employees love it that as soon as we've done the tip distribution, they can see what they made yesterday. It's real straightforward. What you see is what you get, and that's what you want working in a restaurant. And with Spot On, you've got everything there at the tip of your fingers.
Road trips are measured in miles of uncontrollable laughter, comfortable silence, and new memories. And for 50 years, Super 8 has been there for wherever your journey takes you. So when the open road calls for a good night's rest, you can depend on Super 8's modern rooms at over 2,000 locations. Plus, earn Wyndham Rewards points for every stay. Super 8, one of 24 trusted brands by Wyndham. See you on the road.
Tyler Guidry is the pitcher in the game now for the Spuds. He is tasked with trying to send this game into extra innings. Guidry pitched against the Sasquatch in the first series between these two teams. Now pitching in a big spot in the ninth. Ben Tate waves and misses at the first pitch from Guidry. Seth Nelson is on first. He singled. Seth Nelson, on second. He singled. Kyle Finn is on first. He walked. And Tate takes a breaking ball for strike 2 off of Guidry. Both those batters faced Jake Martinez. 0-2 the count. And that's in there for strike 3. 2 breaking balls and a fastball sets down Ben Tate for the first out of the inning. And now Sasquatch will go to the bench as Braden Gastisha will bat here for Lane Syme. Syme hit a homer, also drove in a run with a single. See the numbers for Gastisha here this season. Been one of the Sasquatch's better bats overall, though he's a little bit quiet over his last few. And that one hits him. Sasquatch will take it as the bases are going to be loaded with Brinkley Evans, the catcher, due up, but I don't see him coming to the plate. Instead, the Sasquatch are going to go back to their bench again. I think it's Micah Wallett. It is Micah Wallett who is coming up to pinch hit for Brinkley Evans. Chance Green is the only other catcher on the roster. So if this game goes to extras, he would have to come in defensively. But that's the last thing that the Sasquatch or the Spuds are thinking about right now, as the Spuds will go out to talk things over with Wallett. With Torpy, with Guidry on the mound. Seth Nelson is the winning run. He's at third. Kyle Finn's at second. Braden Gastisha is at first. So a lot of strategy going on here at play, as you've got Micah Wallett at the plate. Have to imagine that the Spuds are going to bring the infield in, and that any ball hit on the ground they've got to come home with. Of course, with 1 out in the inning, you could try to turn a double play on something hit up the middle, but it's awfully risky, allowing that run to come home from third and trusting your defense to execute a double play. I'm sure that's one of the things going on in this conversation on the mound. The other, of course, is how to pitch to Wallett to try to get the ground ball or a pop out or a strikeout, anything that doesn't bring home the run. Wallett, of course, looking for any way to win this ball game for the Sasquatch. Wallett joined the team in the series against the Spuds. Now he bats. The Spuds currently don't have the infield completely in. They are keeping the middle infield back. Stocking and Schlotterbeck, the middle infielders, are not on the grass. First and third is first pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Spuds walked off the Sasquatch with a wild pitch in the first series of the year. Sasquatch looking to walk off the Spuds here in the bottom of the 9th. Guidry on the mound. His 1-0 is outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Nowhere to put Michael Wallett. Seth Nelson, the winning run, standing at third, trying to make the journey home. Give the Spuds their first loss of the year. 2-0 the count on Wallett. Pitch on the way. Drops in there for strike one. Fastball slider, it seems, out of the hands of Guidry. Both pitches working pretty well for him, though he did hit Braden Gastisha with a fastball that escaped him. 2-1. Drifts outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. And the Sasquatch are 1 ball away from walking this game off with a walk-off walk. Michael Wallett at the plate. Seth Nelson, the winning run at third. Tyler Guidry on the mound. Sasquatch and Spuds knotted up at 8 in the bottom of the 9th. Here's the 3-1 from Guidry. Check swing, foul ball. Full count. On deck is Micah Coleman. Three balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded, bottom of the 9th. Guidry's pitch. Swing and a miss. Wallett down on strikes. And Guidry wins the battle to keep the bases loaded, and now 2 outs. And Micah Coleman, last hope for the Sasquatch in the bottom of the 9th inning to try to win it, will come to the plate. Wallett can't get the job done as a pinch hitter, as Guidry gets the strikeout. Micah Coleman digs in and takes upstairs for ball 1. Coleman is 1 for 3 on the day. Trying to walk this one off for the Sasquatch. 1-0 pitch. Misses again, 2-0. Well, Guidry fell behind Wallett 2-0 as well. He was able to come back and get the strikeout. See if he can do the same here against Coleman, or if the Sasquatch can win this one. Coleman takes outside, 3-0. The crowd coming to their feet here at the ballpark ahead of a 3-0. Guidry on the mound, trying to escape this jam. He came in with first and second and nobody out. He struck out 2 and hit Braden Gastisha as he takes some time on the mound to collect himself ahead of a big 3-0 pitch with nowhere to put Micah Coleman. The Sasquatch trying to walk it off. Here's the 3-0. It's outside and it's ball 4. Micah Coleman delivers the walk-off walk. Seth Nelson will stop on the plate, and the Sasquatch walk this one off. 9-8, your final. Why not some drama in the 9th inning as the Sasquatch get the job done? They surrender a run in the top of the 9th inning. The Spuds came back from down 8-2 to tie it up 8-8 with a run in the top of the 9th. But the Sasquatch are able to get the job done, finishing it off in that 9th inning with a walk-off walk courtesy of Micah Coleman. Sasquatch improved to 4-5 while the Spuds suffer their first loss of the season. 4-1 now the record for Casper. Lane Syme is the player of the game. We'll see if he joins us up here in the press box after this game, or maybe somebody else will come up here and join us. But either way, the final score here tonight is 9-8. Stick around for the GP Local postgame show, as I'll be up here in the booth to recap this fantastic win for the Sasquatch. Stick around. We'll have the GP Local postgame show coming up in just a few.
Bro.
Be fucking real, man. Come on.
Here for the GP Local post-game show, I'm joined alongside today's Landmark Realty and Development Player of the Game, Lane Syme. Lane, you hit your second home run of the season. Take me through that at bat. What were you looking for? How were you able to hit it out for a second time this year?
Well, first AB or second AB, I got a few sliders, and I just changed my approach and just thought, you know, if I see something up, I'm going to hit it as far as I can, and that's what happened.
Well, Lane, you played against Casper 4 times to open up the season, lost all 4 of those games, but today you were able to play from in front. And this team as a whole, it seems like you guys have, when you fall behind, you're able to come back late in games. Today, surrendering that run in the top of the 9th inning, you find yourself in an 8-8 ball game. What's going on in the dugout? How are the guys able to come together always late in games to put up some runs and come back?
I think as a team, collectively, we have great energy. We always stay with our guys, and we make sure we hit, get back in games, you know.
And now you've been with this team now for a couple weeks, getting to meet some of the guys playing out here in South Dakota. What have been some of your favorite moments already from your time here with the Sasquatch?
The best times is on the bus, playing Mafia, just all the guys, you know, getting to know everyone. It's just a great time.
I appreciate it, Lane Syme. Thanks so much for joining me up here. Today's Landmark Realty and Development Player of the Game. That's going to do it for today's broadcast here on Spearfish Sasquatch YouTube. Your final 9-8 the score. For everyone here behind the scenes making this happen, for Stephen Hogenkamp, our amazing video production intern, I've been Ari Wall. Thanks so much for watching. Tomorrow, the Sasquatch will take on the Spuds with first pitch at 4:05, and you can watch that game right here on YouTube. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great night.